little too bright. Yeah, it's a little too bright. Can you put this guy in there? The sides in.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? The State College Area Board of School Directors has declared all State College area school buildings and property to be tobacco-free. We would therefore ask that you please not use any tobacco products on school district property this evening. As always, your cooperation is greatly appreciated. As a member of the PIAA, State College High School, players, coaches, and administration are committed to showing sportsmanship toward all those in attendance this evening. We would like all spectators to join us in showing courtesy and sportsmanship to the athletes, coaches, and fans of both teams, as well as to the officials. For the safety, convenience, and sightlines of those in attendance tonight, sitting or standing in the aisles, walkways, or on the walls of the stadium is strictly prohibited. The throwing of any object by hand is forbidden. Restrooms are located in the School District Administration Building in the southeast corner of the stadium. It's the building beside the home stand. Portable restrooms are also available along Fraser Street. Emergency services at all home state high football games provided by the Center Lifelink EMS and the Alpha Fire Department. Volunteer efforts of these organizations to assure athletes and fans with prompt and professional care in the event of an emergency. If you need assistance, contact the nearby usher or licensed personnel directly. We are usually stationed in the northeast corner stadium near the ramp, the area closest to the park. Concession stands will be in operation before, during, and after tonight's game. Concession stands are operated by Standard Concessions. Booths are located behind the visitor stands on Fraser Street.
So is this being recorded or it's just a run through? Okay.
Okay. All right.
Homecoming has made its way to Happy Valley, and tonight we'll see a marquee matchup between two of the top teams in Pennsylvania. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Memorial Field. Brandon Pelter here with John Gross, and in just a few moments, we'll see the State College Little Lions take on the Cumberland Valley Eagles. John, Cumberland Valley coming off of a huge win. What are their keys for a successful game tonight?
Well, the Eagles come in, according to Max Preps, ranked as the 5th best team in the state of Pennsylvania, so they have talent in all facets of the game. The key for Cumberland Valley is to get the ball in the hands of Charlie Catchier, whether that's special teams, offense, he'll make plays on defense as well. But this is a guy that has offers from Penn State, among others, one of the most talented players in this conference. They have to get him the ball.
And for State High, they're still looking for a marquee win this season.
Yeah, this is the first true test that they will face this year. Key for them is to stay disciplined defensively. Cumberland Valley is going to come out in a wing T offense. We'll see some option plays, a lot of triple option plays. Stay disciplined, make plays when they're there, and wrap up and tackle.
Kickoff is just around the corner between two unbeaten teams. Stay right here for CNET's coverage of State High football.
What?
Just
oh,
talk.
Hi, yeah. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Good? Okay.
Not good?
All right.
We going to run through that again? Yeah, definitely one more time. Homecoming has made its way to Happy Valley, and tonight we'll see a marquee matchup between two of the top teams in the area. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Memorial Field. Brandon Pelter here along with my partner, John Gross, and in just a few moments, we'll see the State High Little Lions take on the Cumberland Valley Eagles. All right, I got to do that again. Dang.
You're good.
Yep. Should be the last one. Homecoming has made its way to Happy Valley, and tonight we'll see two of the top teams in the area face off. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Memorial Field. Brandon Pelter here with John Gross, and in just a few moments, we'll see kickoff between the State High Little Lions and Cumberland Valley Eagles. John, both teams are coming in undefeated. They both had spectacular seasons so far, and Cumberland Valley coming off of a huge win over Central Dauphin. What are the Eagles' keys for a victory tonight?
Well, they come in ranked as the 5th best team in the state of Pennsylvania, according to Max Preps. They have a star player by the name of Charlie Catchier. This is a guy that needs to get the ball in his hands. Special teams, offense, he'll make plays on defense as well. He's the key to victory for the Eagles.
And an undefeated State High team hasn't seen all too much stiff competition. What will they have to do for a win in front of their home fans?
Well, like you mentioned, this is without a doubt their toughest matchup of the season thus far. Key for them today, stay disciplined defensively. The Eagles are going to come out with a wing T offense. They'll run the read option, they'll run the triple option. They have to stay disciplined and make tackles when they're there.
Playoff hopes are on the line, and kickoff is just around the corner. Stick right here for CNET's coverage of State High football.
Good, all right.
We'd like to draw your attention to midfield where cheerleaders from the Eric Clayton.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red rocket upon through the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
Car, who will serve as tonight's honorary team captain. Nate was named Pennsylvania Defensive Player of the Year, Mid-Penn Defensive MVP as a senior. He was selected first team associate with All-State as a junior and as a senior. During his state high career, he recorded 192 tackles, including 31 sacks and 1 interception. As a senior, Nate was named one of the team captains. He also made 60 stops with 8 sacks. He was also a prolific receiver with 91 career catches for 1,388 yards and 18 touchdowns, including 39 grabs for 624 yards and 8 scores as a senior. He also ran for 216 yards and 24 carries and scored 2 touchdowns in 2006. A 2007 Big 33 selection, Nate was instrumental in helping State College High School reach the 2006 Pennsylvania Quad A state semifinals. An honor roll student, Nate was also a 2-year starter for State High's basketball and lacrosse team. After graduating from State High, Nate played at Penn State, where he appeared in 52 games, 16 of those games as a starter, and registered 205 tackles, 5 sacks, 4 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries, and 1 forced fumble in his career. After graduating from Penn State, Nate was drafted in the 7th round of the 2012 NFL Draft and is currently a starting linebacker for New Orleans Saints. State College High School and State College Community are currently
Welcome back to Memorial Field. Again, Brandon Pelter here with John Gross. The Eagles won the toss. They elected to receive to start out this game. Back deep is Charlie Katchier, the big man. Junior, 6'3", 195, and he is the game maker. He's the top player for this Cumberland Valley team. Alex Hetzel is also back as well, and it'll be Jack Sheen to kick off for the Little Lions.
State High has to be careful here. Katchier last week at an 89-yard touchdown return on a kickoff.
Sheen readies, and we are underway. Short kick, keeping that one away from Katchier. That one's picked up by Palmer, who makes a move. Palmer across midfield, where it breaks through a few tackles, and he is dragged down. It was Sheen who's pumped up for the Little Lions. The touchdown saving tackle, but the Eagles have great field position to start this one at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, you kick it away from Katchier there. Nonetheless, Palmer picks it up and runs with it. Great starting field position for the Eagles.
The Eagles donning the all-white road uniforms, red numbering, as well as the red helmets. State High, the maroon and gray. Under center is Bachman in that wing T offense that the Eagles run. First play, handoff, getting to the outside was Quigley, but nowhere to go as he's wrapped up, a gain of about 1. It'll be 2nd and 9, 11:40 left to go, game just underway. The Eagles prime field position to start this game in what is a huge matchup.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of that fullback dive there for the Eagles. Great play by Ian Barr coming up from the secondary, making the tackle right around the line of scrimmage.
Again, Bachman under center. It's Quigley behind him in the backfield. State High, a ton of men in the box there. A man in motion. Handoff here, nowhere to go as he's wrapped up and dragged down. Pete Hafner was in on the tackle there for State High. He has 4 offers, including Columbian Bucknell. So he looks to stay in action with his collegiate career. On the run was McCoy, and he had no gain. It'll be 3rd and long, about 10 yards here.
Great play by Hafner. This puts the Eagles in a difficult situation. Their quarterback, Rich Bachman, does not throw the ball very often, but they'll have to on 3rd and long.
3 wideouts to the left side. Bachman's in the gun there. Got some pressure coming from State High. Drops back, looking left, over the middle. That passes in and out of the hands. It couldn't be dragged in by Palmer. And the Eagles will have to punt. 3 and out on their first drive.
And you have to figure if it wasn't for the pass rush by State College, great pressure there, that pass likely would have been completed. So good job by the 2 defensive linemen combining for that play, Jackson Heasley and Drew Lyons.
10:29 left to go in this first quarter. No score as the Eagles are about to punt away here after their first drive. Started out with prime field position there at the 40, but didn't get far. Now 3 wideouts to the left side. Bachman takes it. They're going for it. Pass over the middle is tipped, almost picked off. And boy, what about that play call there? Palmer again couldn't handle the pass.
I'm not a big fan of that play. This is a State High offense that can put points up on the board with ease. You want to pin them back as deep as you possibly can. Now State High comes out with the ball at their own 44-yard line. So great field position, 39-yard line, apologies. Great field position for the Little Lions.
It'll be Snyder coming out. He'll be the quarterback, at least for the first half or so of this game for the Little Lions. He split some time with Drew Freiberg, but as of late, we've seen Snyder start to take the majority of the reps. He's in the gun. It's Tristan Lyons to his right. Handoff up the gun. Lyons looking for a hole, bounces to the outside, near side here. Lyons with some room to run, makes a move, and finally dragged down into Eagles territory. And there's that potent State High offense.
Both of these teams want to establish the run game. That's how they move the ball. That's how they score points. But they do it in 2 very different ways. State High, as you can see, they like to spread things out, open up the field for a fast player like Lyons.
Snyder again in the gun. Handoff one more time to Lyons, who makes the move, drags through the hole, and a gain of about 3, but just explosive there from Lyons.
So quick, just blowing past the first line of defense. These linebackers will have to make some plays. Obviously, they're led by Josiah Quigley, who also doubles as a fullback. Got to keep Lyons in front of you.
Freiberg is in the game. He's in that slot right next to the tight end there. Some rain starts to come down here. 9:40 left to go in this first quarter. Still scoreless. State High with their first possession of the night. Snyder hands it off to Lyons, tries to make a move to the outside, dragged down, some pressure in the backfield. That was Michael Sunday. And no gain on the play. Lyons able to get back to the line, maybe a loss of about half a yard. And it'll be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, State High will look to take Lyons and let him go outside the tackles. Tremendous play made by Sunday to keep him from going outside.
Snyder in the gun again. 2 wide receivers, far side. Play action, drops back, looking left. Passes over the middle and couldn't be handled there. In and out of the hands of Woods, who tried to make a nice play on the sideline. On the coverage there was McCoy.
Now here's an interesting situation, similar situation for State High that Cumberland Valley was just in. It's a 4th down and pretty long in their opponent's territory. Will they punt it or will they go for it? I think they should punt it, pin back the Eagles deep in their own territory.
Snyder awaiting the play call here, and he is out there. Could always see a pooch punt, something like that. It's 3rd and 7, and there it is. Nobody back deep to receive. A nice punt inside the 10, and Woods will let it bounce and touch it up. It'll be about 99 yards of field ahead of the Eagles as they come out to take over on offense.
I love that play call. That's exactly what Cumberland Valley should have done. Great punt by Snyder, high kick, allowing Noah Woods to get down there and down it inside the 1-yard line. Cumberland Valley with their backs against the wall to start this drive.
We'd be remiss to forget to mention Nate Stupar, the honorary captain, or one of the captains out there today for State High. He played Tremendous career here for the Little Lions. Went on with the Penn State Nittany Lions here just a few blocks away and is still in his NFL career. Backed up to their end zone. It's Bachman under center. Play clock down to 15. Bachman takes it, hands it off up the gut. Nowhere to go, though, for Quigley, who gains maybe a yard. And it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Eagles, who are really just trying to get out of the end zone.
Yeah, backed up this far, and they're so close to the end zone. Expect 3 straight handoffs to Quigley. Try to pick up some yardage, but right now they just don't want to give up a safety.
Bachman from the sideline delivers the play to his team. 8:20 left to go in this first quarter. Not much action yet. A possession aside, and the Eagles on their second right now, but in dangerous territory, backed up deep into their own end zone. Bachman under center, sends a man in motion. And again up the gut, it's Quigley who can't get anywhere, and he's backed up about a yard, so it'll now be 3rd and 10.
I mentioned in the pregame, State High's defense has to stay disciplined. That's exactly what they did on that last play. Jake Palmer was in motion towards the near side. Little Lions defense not phased at all, and they make the play for a loss.
Now Palmer was open twice on the last drive, but he just couldn't haul them in. The first pass through his hands, and the second on 4th down, a bit behind him. Do you think they go to the air at all?
No, he hands it off to Quigley, let him try to pick up a few yards, and then punt it on 4th down.
Bachman again under center, team down, play clock down to 5, drops back, looking toward the sideline. Nobody there, and it's picked off. Mark West with the interception just in front of his team's sideline. They were looking for catch here, but they could not connect, and State High again with prime field position. They'll take over deep in the Eagles' territory at the 30-yard line with 7:15 left to go in this first quarter.
Risky play call by the Eagles. They look to take a shot downfield to their star player, unable to do so. And now State High, who had some success moving the ball last drive, has it at their opponent's 31-yard line. Again, great field position for the Little Lions.
It's Snyder in the gun, Lions to his left. 2 wideouts up top, now man in motion. That's a handoff there, and trying to make a move and run up the middle is Cohen Russell, who gains about 3 yards there on 1st down.
We'll see a lot of motion handoffs for State High, trying to fool the defense.
And Russell, a sophomore, him and Keaton Ellis, 2 sophomores on this team that are trying to make an immediate impact, and that's something that Coach Matt Linthal must be extremely happy about because they have nowhere to go. He's got them for 2 more years after this. Snyder in the gun again, 2nd and about 7, and flags fly here. Looks like it'll be a false start on State High. First flag of the day. So we await the call from our officiating crew, but that's something. We were here 2 weeks ago, and that's a problem that we saw. They really hurt themselves as the call is a false start on State High.
Exactly. When we saw them play 2 weeks ago, they were against Mechanicsburg, a game that State High won 55-0. In a game like that, you can afford those penalties. But going against one of the top teams in the state of Pennsylvania, you cannot afford those penalties, especially when you are so far in their territory. Can't happen.
So 2nd and medium turns into 2nd and long. It's about 2nd and 12. At the Eagles' 33-yard line. Snyder again in the gun. We'll see him there all day. Hands off to Lyons. Bounces to the outside. He's got some room to run. Snyder out there trying to make a block, and Lyons couldn't get the edge. And he's dragged down at the line of scrimmage. You know, some of these backs like to go a little east to west, make some moves, but sometimes that hurts, and he had a little room. He was going north to south.
Lyons was looking for the home run play. He figured maybe if I can get around the edge, I can pick up a big chunk of yardage. Sometimes you have to settle for those 2, 3, 4-yard runs, and now that sets up a 3rd down and long for State High.
3rd and 12, 5:45 left to go in this first quarter. Both teams with 2 possessions apiece. State High is on their 2nd possession. Snyder in the gun, play action, drops back, looking right side, incomplete. That's well out of bounds, intended for Brandon Clark, but he was draped. So 3 and out here, and 4th and long. Might see that pooch punt again, but the offense stays out there, so always keeps that thought in the mind of the Eagles defense.
Yeah, Snyder was just a little bit late on that throw. He had his receiver open for a split second, but he has to throw that earlier before Brandon Clark gets out of that turn.
Freiberg checks in here. He'll be on the line of scrimmage, though, on the near side. Snyder again in the gun, about 5 yards deep from that line of scrimmage. Takes a step back. Fake here. He's going to go for the long ball, open, and couldn't connect with Clark. And he went for that fake pooch punt, but that's what that opens up in the defense's mind. They have to respect it, although you never know what might happen here. 5:26 left to go, and it'll be Eagles ball here. They'll have it at their own 33.
You know, I like that play. You're playing at home. You have the crowd behind you, looking for a big play to start this game off, going against one of the top teams in the state. If they had been able to convert that touchdown, that would have been huge. But now you have Cumberland Valley in offense. They haven't been able to do much, but look for them to kind of open things up now that they have some more room to operate.
And Clark had the extra step there. The State College wide receivers are getting open.
Alex Hessel just bumped him mid-run, kind of causing Clark to slow down.
5:26 left to play. Waiting the start here as the Eagles are in the huddle there. Bachman looking at the officials. This is technically a media timeout here, and they'll get it started here. As Bachman delivers the play. State High has had a very stingy defense so far, only allowing about 6 points a game. And we spoke with Coach Linthal earlier this week. He believed that only one touchdown was given up while his starting squad was out there on defense. Whistles here. I don't see any laundry on the field, no flags. So we await to start with the Eagles' third drive. Again, 5:26 left to go. It'll be 1st and 10, the Eagles at their own 33-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like the officials just wanted to make sure some people backed up on the sideline.
Bachman under center. It's Quigley in the backfield, a senior. Down goes the offensive line. Play clock down to 15. Handoff here, coming around the outside and trying to make a move there. Tries to escape, but he is gang tackled. McCoy couldn't get the edge there, and a lot of pressure from the State High defense.
Yeah, that's it. Not phased at all by the movement of the Eagles. Cam Walker is a defensive tackle. Sprinted about 15 yards to get to that tackle. Great play made by the big guy at defensive tackle.
It's a loss of 2.5, almost 3, so it'll be 2nd and long with 5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Bachman with the team out of the huddle now. 2 wide receivers, far side to Bachman's left. Down goes the line. Under 10 seconds left in the play clock here. It's Quigley up the middle. He bounces off a tackler, but is dragged down. Second try, getting back to that initial line of scrimmage, and it'll be about 3rd and 10.
Yeah, great tackle by Ian Barr, his second stop of the night, but he came up and took out Quigley. Quigley's a big physical guy, fullback and linebacker, tough to bring down. He took a few hits, but great play by State High and setting up another 3rd down and long.
3rd and long, we've seen a fairly heavy run game, although the pass has been mixed in there a few times. What play call do you think we're going to see here?
You have to go into the air, try to pick up some yardage. Their offense has been stagnant to start this game off.
Bachman in the gun, Quigley to his right. Bachman drops back with some pressure, throwing over the middle, looking. That's tipped and falls to the ground, looking for catch here, but he was draped. That pass tipped by Olivet. So, go ahead.
Even though Catchier was in double coverage, that just goes to show how great of an athlete he is and how much they trust him. They threw it up there, hoping that he could come down with it. Wasn't able to do so, but expect Charlie Catchier to get the ball plenty of times tonight.
So the true punting formation, the first one we've seen all night for the Eagles. It's Catchier back. He's a man of many talents. He's a special teams player on both sides of the ball. He returns kicks and punts. Clean snap. Catchier gets it off. Lions, it's a short punt. Lions can't do much with it. Just across the 40-yard line and touched up there. So another short field, and although not much has been doing for either offense.
You know, starting at the 39-yard line again for the second time tonight. We'll see if they can start to open things up. Lions had a big run earlier in this game. Keep going to Lions, but try to mix things up. go to the play action, go to the air on first and second down, do something that the Eagles are not expecting, because right now the game plan for State High has just been handed off to Lions, run some jet sweeps.
And that State High offensive line lost, I believe, 4 starters coming into this season, and now is when they're really starting to come together. Coach Lenthal told us the communication has been really good, and they're starting to pick up the physicality. Handoff here. It's Hafner. He's got the edge on the outside, making a move. First down and some more across into Eagles territory, and it'll be set up at the 44-yard line, 1st and 10 with 3:38 to go in this first quarter. Quickly back to the line here. Again, Snyder in the gun. He's got Hafner in the backfield. Quick snap. Again, it's Hafner. Same play. And coming up with the big tackle was Catchier, the junior.
We're getting our first look on offense of Pete Hafner, and you saw in that first run a little bit different of a runner than Lyons. Not as quick, but he's a powerful guy. But on this last play, Catchier coming from the safety position and making that play behind the line of scrimmage. He is a safety, but we're going to see him play that kind of hybrid safety linebacker position because State High likes to run the ball so much.
Freiberg again out there on offense, and Coach Lenthal told us if he's not taking snaps, they'll find some other places for him. Snyder heads pressured, running around, nowhere to go. He almost loses the football. It is on the ground. Looks like the Eagles have it. Snyder just tried to make too much happen, and that's recovered by Quigley, another big guy on both sides of the ball.
Missed blocking assignment by Pete Hafner. Pulled out of that play action. Hafner was supposed to pick up the blitzing linebacker, did not do so. Fumble, and now Cumberland Valley with tremendous starting position, starting in State High's territory for the first time tonight. We'll see what they can do. Again, I think they should do what I suggest that State High does. Open things up, go to the air on first and second down, try to surprise this defense.
And as a quarterback at times, you just have to go down with the ball. Here's Plessinger, the backup quarterback, taking snaps under center. Handoff here, it's Quigley. He rumbles forward for a gain of about 5 yards on first down, so a little life here on this Eagles offense.
Such a physical runner. He got hit around the line of scrimmage, dragged his way down for a gain of about 5 yards. Second down and 6. This is manageable for them. First time that they've picked up some positive yardage.
2:20 left to go in this first quarter. Not too much action yet as Plessinger again, the sophomore, to take the snap. He's under center. Quigley in the backfield, as well as Palmer. Palmer gets it. Palmer running to the outside with some room to run. Stiff arms working through a tackle and dragged down. That's enough for a first down with under 2 minutes in this first quarter.
Their first down of the game comes with just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. But this is also the first time that they've had some legitimate field to work with, opening things up with the outside handoff, resulting in a big run for the Eagles.
Plessinger has seen time in 4 games. He's 6 of 9 with 122 yards. So that's a 67% completion percentage, but an awfully small sample size. He drops back, looking over the middle. That pass is caught. There goes Catchier, and he's dragged down. A nice stop there by the State High last line of defense. But the Eagles are rolling with 1:38 left to go.
Surprised him with going to the air on first down. You can see Catchier's speed as soon as he came out of that cut. Made the catch, sprinted downfield, touchdown saving tackle, but good field position right now for the Eagles.
Whistles blow, flags fly. 9 times out of 10 before the play. That's a false start. So we await the call here. And it will be as the Eagles start to retreat.
And that's a penalty that cannot happen. There's an offsides on the offense, actually. You don't see that very often, but that'll back them up 5 yards. After a big momentum-changing play to Catchier, you back up 5 yards. You can't do that.
Plessinger, 5'10", 155 pounds. He enters the huddle, and this entire Cumberland Valley team just looks a bit undersized going up against the Little Lions. A bit ironic. Plessinger steps forward under center, 1:15 to go, play clock at 10. And a bunch of players fly off the line there. The hard count must have been off there in the huddle, and so now it'll be 1st and 20.
Well, that's what happens when you put multiple quarterbacks in there. Miscommunication for Cumberland Valley. Another false start, another 5-yard penalty to back this offense up. It was a 1st and 10 inside their opponent's 10-yard line, and now they have it pretty far out. So got to make up some ground.
And that's awfully tough after the big pitch and catch between Plessinger and Catchier. Man in motion, that's Palmer. Catchier drops back, looking over the middle. That pass is caught. That's Quigley. And he'll gain some of that penalty yardage back, but still not anywhere near a first down. It'll be 2nd and about 8 or 9 there with 40 seconds left to go in this first quarter. So almost an entire first quarter has gone by. And finally we see a team really driving and putting something together, but penalties have hurt them, no doubt. 2nd and 8. Plessinger seems to be the man that's getting things done for Cumberland Valley as he hands that one off to Quigley up the middle, who stumbles forward for about a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and manageable there, although we might not get a play with 15 seconds left in this first quarter.
Yeah, I think you just let this clock run out. A big 3rd down deep in your opponent's territory. But just to touch on Plessinger quickly, the last completion that he had, he felt the heat. He came out of that play action, and there was a defender right in his face. Great throw, great catch by Quigley. Cumberland Valley looking good at the end of the first.
The first quarter comes to a close. It's scoreless here at Memorial Field. All the action living up to the hype. We've seen 2 fantastic defenses, and we didn't quite get into it before, but last week in Cumberland Valley's game, they faced off with arch rival Central Dauphin, who's another top dog in this division, and squeaked out with a 25-24 win when they went for 2 after scoring a touchdown with just 14 seconds left. They ran away with that one. They really stole it away from the heart of Central Dauphin.
Yeah, that was the game. At the end of the game, about when time was expiring, they scored a touchdown. Coach goes into the huddle, asks his players, what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to go for 2, or you guys want to go for the extra point? Players elected to go for 2. They run the read option. 2-point conversion was successful, and that was the ball game.
And, you know, it's funny that those 2 teams had just such a great game. They go back to last year, the last time they played, it was a 7-overtime game. Could you even imagine?
Wow.
And it only ended when Central Dauphin decided to go for 2, and they failed to convert the 2-pointer. It was a 62-61 Central Valley win.
And you look at these 2 teams, Cumberland Valley and Central Dauphin, 2 teams that State High has to play every single year. So tough competition for the Little Lions. They'll play Central Dauphin on November 4th.
Last week, Cumberland Valley's defense held strong, 3 turnovers on offense and only 204 total yards of offense. So it's 2 very defensive teams, although State College, if they can get things going on the offensive side of the ball, we've seen them been able to produce. It's 3rd and about 6. A fresh quarter here, the second quarter. It's Plessinger talking to a few of his players as we just await it here. And what has been going right for the Eagles on this drive, John?
Definitely the play of Plessinger. Came in as the backup, made a few nice throws to get them down the field, opening things up, and now by throwing the ball well, that'll open up the run game for Quigley and the rest of these halfbacks. So good start for the backup quarterback.
And how often do you see, it's really the mid-mark of their seasons, can a player come in and just take things over and have the rhythm so quickly, just being stuck right into a game?
Yeah, you don't see that very often, especially coming against a defense like State High's. So you have to give the kid a lot of credit. His coaches clearly have trust in him. And even though he was not the starter, they're showing by keeping him in on this drive, by letting him throw the ball multiple times, something that their starting quarterback did not do tonight. That shows that they trust him and they know that he's a talented player.
So far, Quigley has not been able to do all too much. He's rumbled forward for a few yards on a few different occasions, but nothing as impressive as we thought we'd see yet, although it's still extremely early on in this game. Quigley is one of the league's top backs. He's been averaging just north of 140 yards a game. So if Cumberland Valley wants to be in this game, he's one guy they'll have to get going.
Look for something along the lines of an outside handoff on 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7, start of the second quarter. Blessinger drops back, looking toward the flat, but he can't connect with Palmer. And it'll be 4th and 7 here, deep in the Little Lions red zone.
State High was ready for the play action pass. Just a little too much on the throw from Plessinger.
So it will be Plessinger to hold it and Bachman to take the kick here to put Cumberland Valley on the scoreboard. Snap good, hold down, almost blocked, but it's up and good. Coming through was Aziz Salame, the cornerback, but he could not get that one. So the field goal is good. It was about a 25-yarder there. And with 11:50 to go in this second quarter, there's finally something happening here. A 3-0 lead for the Eagles. We'll take a quick break, but when we return, it'll be State High to receive the kickoff. Welcome back to CNET's coverage of State High football. It's a 3-0 game so far. The Eagles just converted the field goal to take the lead. It'll be catch here to kick off. Deep for State High is Tristan Lyons and Cohen Russell, as that's a low line drive kick, and it's Russell to take it. Russell gains the 20. He's got some blockers ahead of him across the 30, now across the 40. There goes Russell cutting back, and he's dragged down just behind midfield. A big return here to get the Little Lions going.
Yeah, that kick took a tough bounce. Great job by Russell to field it cleanly. But how about the block on the near sideline by Brandon Clark, shoving his defender out of bounds, paving the lane for Russell to take it. And another great starting field position for the Little Lions. We'll see if they can finally capitalize.
11:41 left to go in this first half. State High looking to get back here as Snyder will be in the gun. Hafner to his right, 2 wide receivers far side, 1 on the near side. That's Brandon Clark, who's checking up on the line there. Steady rain now coming down here at Memorial Field as that's Russell in motion. He gets the handoff to the outside. Russell makes a move and spins around an open field tackler and dragged down. He'll gain a first down. It's a gain of about 12 yards there. With 11:30 to go, State High's in motion into the Eagles' territory.
Russell's a playmaker. We just saw it on special teams, and we see it there on the jet sweep. Beautiful spin move on the outside. First down run, State High in business.
Snyder again to the gun. It'll be Hafner in the backfield as well. Far side, it's Noah Woods. And then Cohen Russell. Near side is Brandon Clark, the wide receivers. Hafner to Snyder's right. Russell again in motion. It'll be Hafner up the middle who takes it. He gains a chunk. He's got about 5 yards there on first down. With 11 minutes left to go in this first half. Again, we see State High just starting to get things going slowly but surely as the rhythm starts to build up once they get that run game going.
Good play call there for State High. Previous play, they pick up about 12 yards in the jet sweep to Russell. This time they put Russell again in motion. Instead, they hand it off up the middle to Hafner. He picks up 5.
That's 2 wide receivers to the right, nobody to the left. Hafner again up the middle. He's got some room to run and dragged down from behind. 2 tacklers there, one of which Tyler Sunday. Another first down for the Little Lions as they continue there. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Eagles' 29-yard line. 10:31 left to go. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. That won't be a factor yet. Some movement there. It'll be a false start, no doubt about it. Looked like it was Jackson Heasley that got the early jump, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. And another penalty on State High. We saw one on the Eagles as they were driving, and they only got 3 out of that drive, so the penalty is hurting both teams early on.
Yeah, that's tough. State High is not a team built for long down and distances. They now have to go 15 yards to pick up the first down. They're probably going to keep it on the ground for the first 2 plays and see if Hafner can continue to run like he has earlier this drive.
Snyder in the gun again. 2 wide receivers to the right, nobody to the left. Snyder hands it off to Hafner, who's met at the line and dragged down. Quigley was there in the hole. And a gain of about 4, but a tough gain at that.
Pretty good first down play. Could just see how strong Hafner is. Hafner and Quigley, Josiah Quigley for the Eagles, 2 very similar players that play the same position on both sides of the ball. Physical backs that'll drag defenders for the extra few yards.
Hafner checks out. It's Lions back in the game. He's more of that elusive, speedy back. Lone wide receiver on the far side is Woods. Near side, that's Brandon Clark. Snyder in the gun. Play action. He's got Woods all alone on the outside. Woods makes a move in the open field and dragged down there. A gain of about 9-10 yards or so. And it'll be 3rd and short with 9:15 left to play in this first half.
A play like that is basically the same as a run play. You swing it to the outside, you have your receiver on one-on-one coverage and see what he can do with it. Good job by Noah Woods to get downfield, setting up a very manageable 3rd down and short.
3rd and 3, ball on the 24-yard line of the Cumberland Valley Eagles. Snyder in quickly, retreats to the gun, Lyons to his left, a wide out on each side. Hand out to Lyons, who stopped up the middle. That defensive line was there to collapse on Tristan Lyons, and with 8:35 left to go, it'll be 4th and about a yard. An injured player down. We'll take a short break. 8:33 left to go in this first half. State College Little Lions are driving, but they're facing a 4th and short. You're listening and watching CNET's coverage of State High football. Welcome back to Memorial Field. Cumberland Valley Eagles lead the State College High Little Lions 3-0. 8:30 left to go in this first half. It's 4th and short here. Drew Freiberg checks into the game as he'll be the halfback here. Hafner looks like he'll take the direct snap. Kyle Engel was the injured Little Lion. They try with a hard count here. We might just get a timeout. No, it'll be a false start on State High. Illegal procedure is the call. So another 5-yard penalty on this drive, and 4th and short just turned into 4th and medium. Just got a whole lot harder.
Yeah, that's a tough break for State High. They were looking to draw the Eagles' defensive line offsides, trying to pick up a first down via a penalty. It backfired on them. Now they'll have a 42-yard field goal attempt.
Jack Sheen to take the 42-yarder. Paul Olivet is the holder, but some movement there. And State High is going to get those 4 yards back on encroachment, and that brings up an interesting situation. And my question was just answered as Sheen runs off to the sideline. So they'll be going for it here. 8 minutes left to go in this first half. The rain continues, picking up just a little bit, but not too bad yet. Not really enough to affect either of these teams, I would say. What do you think, John?
Yeah, not raining too hard, but we will see if it gets hard, if the rain comes down harder. I know Hurricane Matthew starting to make its way up the East Coast, so we'll see if it impacts the game plan whatsoever. But I think on this play, you have to go right up the gut to Hafner.
Snyder in the gun. He hands it up to Hafner. You're right. And he gains forward with the spot. It looks like they'll get that first down. And indeed they will. It was a gain of about 4 there on that fourth down play. They'll move the sticks with 7:25 to go. State High continues to move, continues to put this drive together. They trail by 3.
It's rare to see Hafner be brought down at the line of scrimmage looking for a loss. So to give him the ball up the middle at 4th and 1, chances are you'll pick up the first down.
Such a big, strong guy, and he'll mow you right down. Snyder talking to the line, retreats to the gun. Freiberg is in there as well on the left side of the line. Off the line, though, it's Hafner again in the backfield. Dropping back is Snyder, looking to the end zone, and that pass is incomplete, but it'll be pass interference to come. Brandon Clark was looking for that one, got a hand on it. And in coverage there, it looked like that was McCoy. He's going to get the flag.
Clark is 6'4", so when you throw it up to him in the end zone, he's a big-time target, difficult guy to defend, and sometimes you just have to take that pass interference call rather than give up the touchdown.
So State High was at the 18. They'll move forward a little bit with this penalty. The officials talking now. So they confirm it's pass interference, and they'll move up the ball. It should be half the distance with State High in the red zone. So it'll be 1st and 10. 6:54 to go. The ball's at the 9-yard line. Snyder in the gun. It's Hafner who gets the handoff. Hafner with a huge hole in Hafner, flying forward. Flags came in, though. We'll await the call. It looks like Hafner's down. Right around the goal line there at the 1-yard line or so. But we'll await the call here. It could be a hold. Not sure what that could be, although Snyder's waving it off here as if to decline a penalty, so we haven't been notified whether it's a touchdown or not. It's a defensive penalty. State High will decline, although nothing official yet. It's a face mask.
Yeah, they'll decline this one. They have it at the 1-yard line now. 1st down and goal. And again, you just have to go to Hafner. If I were State High, I'd call 4 straight handoffs right up the middle to Pete Hafner. Let him do his thing.
1st and goal, ball at the 1. Hafner in the backfield alongside Snyder. Hafner's got it, rumbling forward, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, State High. They take the 6-3 lead. Sheen out for the PAT.
Not a lot of big plays on that drive, but they work the ball downfield methodically, move the ball. Pete Hafner establishing himself as the running back that State High will use in this game. You have Lions and Hafner, kind of thunder and lightning, and they're going to go with the power. They're going to go with the thunder as Hafner drives this team downfield and picks up the paydirt with the touchdown run.
Sheen to take the PAT. It's Olivet who will hold it. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is good. A 7-3 State High lead as we're rolling through this one. 6:36 left to go in this first half. John, what have you seen so far?
Well, State High responding well. They struggled in their first few drives. Cumberland Valley takes a lead, 3-0 lead, but State High, realizing there's plenty of time left in this ball game, they continue to go on the ground. Pete Hafner moved the ball very well on that drive. Cohen Russell set them up well with that great kickoff return. So a good all-around team effort. Great job by this offensive line, despite an injury to one of their linemen.
We'll take a short break. You're watching CNET's coverage of State High football. Jack Sheen out to kick off for the Little Lions. Back deep is Katschier and Hetzel. As the Eagles scored first, State High drove down the field and responded. Now it's Cumberland Valley again with 6:36 left, looking to regain the lead. They find themselves down 7-3, both teams with 3 timeouts. And the rain looks to taper off here. Short and high kick. That's caught there by McCoy, who makes a move, running back toward the middle of the field. McCoy with some speed is dragged down by a few different State High kickoff defenders, and 6:29 left to go. The Eagles will have the ball on their own 39-yard line.
You can see what their strategy is on special teams. Do not let Charlie Katschier touch the football. Kick it high and short and towards the sideline, away from the Eagles star player.
It's Plessinger out there again with that Cumberland Valley offense. It was Bachman that started the game under center for Cumberland Valley, but just really could not get anything going. Dropping back, looking right, and that pass is caught by Katschier over the middle. He made a nice play to rip that out of the hands of, looked like Olivet, who's there in coverage.
Yeah, just what a talent all around. He's being recruited as a safety or a linebacker at the next level. But you can see his great hands and his athletic ability with that catch.
Gain of 5. It's 2nd and 5 with 6:07 left to go here in the first half. Plessinger again to the line. It's Quigley in the backfield. Katschier near side along the sideline. Offensive line is down, play clock to 10. Plessinger receives the snap, handed off here, and trying to make a move. It's Palmer with a positive gain and across midfield. That's enough for a first down, and they'll have it at the Little Lions' 49-yard line.
Both teams starting to figure out how to move the ball downfield. Both teams started off slowly, like we've mentioned multiple times, but now CV starting to find their rhythm, throwing the ball on first down, keeping this defense on their toes.
Plessinger, the sophomore, to the huddle. Now they break up into the line. Play clock at 15, 5:35 left to go in this first half. It's 7-3. The Little Lions just scored the first touchdown of the game on their last possession. Plessinger will hand that one off to Palmer, who makes a move to the outside, bounces off a tackler, and is brought down. That was Olivet on the tackle, and a gain of about 5 yards.
Palmer's a slippery back. Just the guy that you want in an offense like they run. He could get to the outside, make some guys miss, picking up solid yardage on first down.
And similar to State High, who has Lyons and Hafner, Cumberland Valley has Palmer, and then they can go right back at you with Quigley, who will really pound it up the middle.
Yeah, and what Cumberland Valley has the advantage of in that department is they can have both of their star running backs in the field at the same time.
Catch here, the wide out on the near side along the State High sideline. Plessinger under center, two backs in the backfield. That's Quigley, who will get the handoff up the middle, and a gain of 4, and you can see him working for those yards, but the big size is a huge advantage.
Again, he got hit right near the line of scrimmage, but he falls forward, fighting his way through the State High defense for about a 4-yard gain. And now this sets up a 3rd down and 1 for Cumberland Valley. Again, you have to keep this one on the ground. Give it to your star player, Josiah Quigley. Let him pick up a 1st down.
4:16 left to go. Each team with all of their timeouts. It's 3rd and 1 at the Little Lions' 40-yard line. Plessinger slowly to the line. It's McCoy, as well as 2 other backs, Palmer and Quigley, who gets it. Quigley forward and easily gains the 1st down. You see with that wing T offense, you can do so many things, have multiple backs there, and all of which for this Cumberland Valley team have different threats and different things they can do with the football.
Yeah, they had 3 backs in on that last play. All 3 of them have carried the ball tonight. They gave it to their bell cow and Quigley, and he picks up the yardage needed for a 1st down.
1st and 10 from the Little Lions, 34-yard line. It's Cumberland Valley now coming back with a slow but steady drive of their own. Plessinger to the line. He's got McCoy and Quigley in the backfield, dropping back, looking right for Catchier. He throws that one up long, and Catchier elevates for the big catch. Oh, what a play by Charlie Catchier, his biggest play so far, and the Eagles will be inside the Little Lions' 10-yard line with under 3.5 minutes to go.
So difficult to defend. What a grab by Charlie Catchier. Great job by him to use his hands legally before going up for that ball, and then he comes down with it. Big pickup on 1st down for the Eagles, and now they're in the red zone.
Salame tried to put some pressure there on Catchier, but just could not elevate with him, and it's 1st and goal at the 7-yard line here. Handoff, that's Palmer trying to fight forward. He'll gain maybe a yard.
Not much working for the Eagles, going right up the middle. We're seeing a lot of handoffs around the outside. We're even seeing Quigley get it off the tackles. So good job by State High to clog the middle of this offense.
2:50 left to go in this first half of football as Plessinger runs into the huddle. We've seen 2 very good defenses so far, but it's, again, slow and steady drives that have gotten things going. Offensive line down, play clock under 10. Plessinger receives the snap. He's dropping back, play action, looking over the middle. Far side, wide open is Catchier. Touchdown, Cumberland Valley, and they come right back with a drive of their own. They're up now 9-3, looking for number 10 with the PAT.
A picture-perfect drive for Cumberland Valley. They use up clock. Beautiful throw to Catchier. Even better catch to adjust midair. Such a tremendous talent. We could see just in that drive alone why he's being recruited to schools like Penn State.
Bachman to take the PAT. We saw him convert on the field goal earlier. That's their only other points of the day. The holder will be Plessinger. Snap good, hold down, and that kick is blocked. Salame came up with it there, and he came up big. It's 9-7. And it's a 1-possession game here with 2:25, plenty of time left to go. And each team with 3 timeouts. We'll step aside. You're watching CNET's coverage of State High football.
For the safety, convenience, and sightlines of those in attendance tonight, sitting or standing in the aisles, walkways, or the walls of the stadium is strictly prohibited. Throwing of any object by fans is forbidden. As members of the IAA, State College High School's players, coaches, and administration are committed to showing sportsmanship toward all those in attendance this evening. We'd like all spectators to join us in showing courtesy and sportsmanship to the athletes, coaches, and fans of both teams, as well as to the officials.
catch here to kick off here for the Cumberland Valley Eagles, who just put together a great drive, John. And with 2:25 left to go, State High looking to respond again. They trail 9-7. Back deep to return is Lyons and Russell, as we've seen all night long. A low bouncer picked up there by Clark, who's looking to run with it. Clark with some room over the middle, and he's tripped up. He'll go down at about the 43-yard line, so it's been field position, field position, field position. Both teams outside of the one Cumberland Valley drive where they were backed up to their own 1-yard line, they've all had great field position to start out.
They have, and that's huge for State High right now with just over 2 minutes to go. This is not a big play offense, especially in the passing game, and we're expecting that they'll throw the ball quite a bit this drive, so for them to be able to start across the 40-yard line, that's big. Gives them some time to do things on this drive.
Hafner again in the backfield there with Snyder. He's to his right. 2 wide receivers on the far side. Snyder will check out with the sideline there. Possibly change the play up. It's also Brandon Clark on the near side. Here's Hafner up the middle, and he is dragged down. A nice tackle by Armburst. And he just tripped him up there, getting in the backfield awfully quick. No gain back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 for State High.
Yeah, Armburst, one of the captains on this Eagles roster. Right there, he's saying to his team, listen, we have to stop this kid if we want to win. Putting on his own shoulders and making the play.
Inside 2 minutes, now 1:50 left to go in this first half. State High still with all 3 timeouts, haven't burned one yet. Snyder in the gun, Hafner to his left, 3 wideouts on the left side as well. Dropping back is Snyder, looking left, firing over the middle, and that ball is caught there. And across midfield, State High will have it in Cumberland Valley territory. It was Noah Woods with the catch. And quickly, State High to the line. Minute 33 left to go. They'll reset the sticks and start that clock back up again. Again, 1:33 left to go. Snyder quickly giving out the instructions. Hafner to his right, 2 wideouts on the near side. That's Clark and Woods. Looking right now, stepping up in the pocket is Snyder, who's dragged down from behind. A big sack there from the big man. That was Jacob Fedorov.
Snyder tried to step up in the pocket, but Fedorov would not let him. A huge sack. Clock continues to run, and State High does not want to take their timeout. That'll set up a 2nd down and 12. Still in Cumberland Valley territory, so they still do have some time.
2nd and 12, ball at the Eagles' 47-yard line. Under a minute now as Snyder drops back, looking far sideline. That's completed to Woods, who runs along the sideline and now out of bounds. A smart play after he gains 10 yards. And the clock stops with 50 seconds to go, and State High working quickly.
We haven't seen Noah Woods much this game, although he is one of the top receivers on this team. 5 touchdowns on this season and 2 catches on this drive. 2 very big catches at that.
50 seconds. Woods smartly got out of bounds. Now the play clock begins. The game clock will not until now. Snyder looking, and it's picked off. Down the sideline he goes. Nobody will stop him. It's Hetzel to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Oh, what a turn of events. The Cumberland Valley Eagles return it about 55 yards.
Wow, what a play made by Hetzel. Just jumped the route. That's a tough throw for Snyder to make. Going on an out route to the opposite side of the field. I am not a big fan of that play call. Snyder does not have that strong of an arm. Nonetheless, Hetzel jumping the play, scoring the touchdown, and a huge momentum-changing play right before the end of the half.
Oh my, State High was rumbling. They were moving and had some rhythm. And just a poorly timed pass is picked off, and a huge return by Hetzel, the senior. Gives his team the 15-7 lead, awaiting the PAT. On to kick again is Bachman. His last PAT attempt was blocked by Aziz Salame coming off the far sideline. Blessinger to hold. It's been the same all night.
And this is a big kick here. We saw State High block the last extra point attempt. But if State High can block this again, they'll keep it a 1-score game going into halftime.
They get a new football in there. And some more whistles now. 38 seconds left to go in this first half, and action is really picked up in this second quarter. The offensive line is down. Snap is good, hold is good. More pressure off the line, but the kick is up and good from Bachman. So a 16-7 lead for the Cumberland Valley Eagles on a long interception return from Alex Hetzel. And State High will look to respond with 38 seconds to go. You're watching CNET's coverage of State High football. We'll take a quick break, but when we return, we'll have the rest of tonight's action. Catch here readies to kick off as the Little Lions try to respond with just 38 seconds left. A short kick here caught by State High. And nowhere to go was Donovan Moses. And the Little Lions will set up their own 37-yard line. 34 seconds left to go in this first half.
It's a big decision here for Coach Linthal. State High will get the ball to start the third quarter. But right now, 34 seconds. They still have all 3 timeouts left. Give a good kicker. Could potentially get into field goal range. We'll see what he does here. I'd expect them to just run the clock out with 34 seconds to go, and you don't really want to have another pick six like we just had.
Although you also can't forget a first down, and that clock stops for everybody to get set, and once the chains are set, then things begin. Lyons is in the backfield. He's that speedy guy with Snyder under the gun, and now they'll hand it off on the draw. Lyons with a gain of about 3. He was annoyed, thought he had a little more room to run, but was just tripped up with a nice open field tackle, and now the clock down under 20 seconds. State High taking their time.
A little bit of miscommunication on that handoff as well.
Snyder throws that one, but flags fly. It'll be a false start on State High. And so you lose 5 yards at second and about 12. I think at this point you just take an E and send it back to the locker room and regroup.
Exactly. You know, that's tough end to the first half. Otherwise, State High's played great. Both these two teams have played exactly how we expected them to. We knew it was going to be a close game going into the half. But whenever you have a pick six like that and a huge game like we have right here, that's the difference maker.
5 seconds left. Snyder will just walk to the sidelines, and State High will go into the locker room. The Cumberland Valley Eagles have reclaimed the lead 16-7 on a long pick six from Alex Hetzel. When we return, we'll have the second half of action. But, John, before we go, what have you seen from these two teams?
I think that we've seen that Cumberland Valley is as good as advertised. We mentioned the pregame, but according to Max Preps, they were the 5th best team in the state of Pennsylvania. They're efficient offensively, not going to pick up a lot of big chunks of yardage, but they'll run the ball out with Quigley. Cashier is a great playmaker, and then defensively, they are stout and not allowing the state college offense to do anything.
Again, the Cumberland Valley Eagles lead at the halftime break 16-7. We'll step aside, but stick right here. You're watching CNET's coverage of State High football.
Welcome to the 2016 State College Area High School Homecoming. Presenting this year's 2016 Homecoming Court. Couple number one, Michaela Clemens and A.G. Yoder. Michaela is the daughter of Steve and Kelly Clemens. She is a majorette in the State College High School marching band, the boys lacrosse team manager, and also participates in choir and PBA. Michaela plans to major in history education at Penn State or Marshall University. Hayden is the son of Harry and Henry Yoder. Hayden is involved with the State College High School marching band as their drum major and in thespian. He is currently the drum major of the band. In the future, Hayden wishes to study biochemistry at either Stars Honors College at Penn State, the University of Pennsylvania, or Northwestern University. Hayden hopes to get his PhD and conduct his own cancer research. Couple number one, Michaela Clemens and A.G. Couple number two, Lily Ray and David Nairhood. Lily is the daughter of Chuck and Linda Ray. She is a member of the State High Ski Club and is a leader at her local youth group. Lily plans on attending Kemsing University and is interested in browsing the fields of book publishing, psychology, or history. In the extended future, she hopes to expand her cultural diversity by doing missionary work overseas. David is the son of Dave and Lisa Nairhood. He is the general manager of the Roar Store, the parliamentarian of the State College DECA, and co-president of the Little Lion Fund. After high school, David plans to major in finance. He has aspirations to become a hedge fund manager. Couple number two, Lily Ray and David Nairhood. Couple number three, Casey Mann and Nick Pepper. Casey is the daughter of Dave and Tammy Mann. Casey is a Casey hopes to travel the world to utilize the Spanish she has learned over the years. She is up for anything that God has in store for her. Nick is the son of Michael and Carlene Sepper. Nick is the captain of the cross-country team and track team. He participates in the symphonic band, Future Business Leaders of America, Center County Philanthropy Youth Action Committee, and First Robotics Club. Nick plans to attend college and pursue a degree in biomedical engineering. After graduating, he plans to go to medical school to become a doctor. Couple number 3, Casey Mann and Nick Pepper. Couple number 4, Kristen Odell and Ben Ginger. Kristen is the daughter of Tom and Erica Odell. Kristen plays on the state high girls golf team, plays in the state high Walton Frisbee League, plays saxophone in the state high jazz band, as well as guitar, keyboard, and bass in rock ensemble, and is a member of the Triad Music Honor Society. Kristen plans to attend college and study either in the field of communications or chemistry. Ben is the son of Terry and Ben Gare. Ben is a member of the State High swim team and the Nittany Lion Aquatic Club. He was also an officer team member of the State High DECA program. In the future, Ben plans to swim and dive at college. Ben is still planning on studying business or chemistry and is still trying to decide on which university to attend. Couple number 4, Kristen Odell and Ben Gare. Couple number 5, Dorena Rowe and Pete Hafner. Dorena is the daughter of John and Sally Rowe. She is a member of the State High girls soccer team for the past 4 years. Dorena also plays on the number 6 nationally ranked and the number 1 Pennsylvania State ranked girls rugby team. Dorena plans to attend Penn State for major in recreational park tourism management and sports management. She also plans to play rugby for Penn State. Pete is the son of Steve and Amy Hafner. He is a member of the state college football team, varsity lacrosse, varsity wrestling, Little Lion Ambassadors, IMBA, and he was sophomore class treasurer. Pete plans to continue his football career in college and study economics and business. Couple number 5, Dorena Rowe and Pete Hafner. Couple number 6, Hannah Rader and Ryan Scanlon. Hannah is the daughter of Ryan and Julia Rader. She has participated in State High girls lacrosse team for the past 4 years. She participates in TOSA and lifeguards during the summer. In the future, Hannah plans to attend college, hopefully at Arizona State, to study biology. She wants to attend med school after college to become a surgeon. She is planning on participating in the ROTC in college and serving in the Army after school. Ryan is the son of Dennis and Jennifer Scanlon. He participates in State High lacrosse and basketball. In his free time, he likes to hang out with friends and eat ice cream. Ryan plans to attend Villanova or Penn State after graduation. He wants to get into either clinical psychology or social work, whatever will make him the most happy. Couple number 6, Hannah Rader and Ryan Scanlon. To crown this year's homecoming king and queen are the 2015 homecoming king, Lucas Steinberg, and our very own Little Lion. And the 2016 homecoming king is David Nerhood. And the 2016 homecoming queen is Kristen Odell.
State College High School has 17 different interscholastic teams involved in games and competitions with teams from across the state of Pennsylvania and beyond during the fall season. Those teams need your enthusiasm and support at their games. It's a great way to spend an afternoon or an evening, and an even better way to show support for your favorite state high teams. During the halftime intermission and in the second half of tonight's game, we will highlight competitions for all state high teams for the next 2 weeks. There's also competition scheduled for several state high all sports teams, starting on page 94 of tonight's program. State high safety football team will have 2 games the next week. On Monday, October 10th, they are away at Cumberland Valley. That game starts at 6 p.m. On Monday, October 17th, they are home against Central Dolphin East here at Memorial Field. That game will start at 4 p.m. State high girls cross country team will have 2 meets. On Monday, October 10th, the girls are away at Altoona, starting at 5 p.m. And on Saturday, October 15th, they will be away at the Big Ten Championship. Those get underway at 2 p.m. State high boys cross country team will also have 2 meets. On Monday the 10th, they are away at Altoona. That meet starts at 4:30. On Tuesday the 15th, they are away at the Big Ten Championship. That starts at 2 p.m. State boys golf team will have 1 match. On Thursday, October 13th, the boys are away at the Western Team Championship at Treasure Lake. That starts at 9 a.m. State girls golf team will have 3 matches. On Monday and Tuesday, October 10th and 11th, the girls are away to the District 6 Championship at Summit Country Club in Preston. Those start at 10 a.m. On Thursday the 13th, they are away to the Western Team Championship at Treasure Lake. That starts at 9 a.m. On Monday, October 17th, they are away to the Western Invitational Championship at Tom's Run Golf Course. Those starts at 9 a.m. State girls tennis team will have 1 match. On Tuesday the 11th, the girls are home against Mercersburg Academy. That match is underway at 4 p.m. State girls field hockey team will have 2 games. On Tuesday the 11th, the girls are home against Carlisle. That starts at 4 p.m. On Thursday the 13th, they are home against Greenwood. Of course, the match starts at 5 p.m. State boys soccer team will have at least 5 games in the next 2 weeks. On Tuesday the 11th, they are away at Peterson. Of course, the match is underway at 3:45. On Thursday the 13th, they are home against Central Dolphins. Of course, the match is underway at 4 p.m. On Saturday the 15th, they are home against Cumberland County. The JV match starts at 10 a.m.
The homecoming halftime festivities have come to a close, and we're just getting ready for the second half of action here from Memorial Field. Again, Brandon Pelter here with John Gross, and Cumberland Valley getting the 16-7 lead to start the second half, and it was Alex Hetzel with just a few seconds remaining in that first half with the pick 6.
That was a huge play made by Hetzel. Not only was State College driving, but that was really a game-changing play. Now it's a 2-score game, so State High not only has to score, but they have to generate some stops as well.
State High down by 2 possessions. What changes do they need to make to come out as winners?
Throw the ball a little bit more. I know that Snyder threw the pick at the end of the half, but they had some success going to Noah Woods a little earlier in that drive. If they throw the ball, maybe they can pick up some bigger chunks of yardage, because right now the run game isn't cutting it for them.
Cumberland Valley to kick to start the second half. That means State High will be on the receiving end. They're looking to close in on this 16-7 deficit. You're watching CNET's coverage of State High football. Stick right here for the second half of action. The homecoming halftime festivities have come to a close, and we're just around the corner from the second half kickoff. State High will receive, but they're trailing 16-7. The Cumberland Valley Eagles with the late score on the Alex Hetzel pick 6.
Huge play by Hetzel. Not only was State High driving on that possession, but by getting that pick 6 and then converting the extra point, they now lead by 2 scores. So not only does State High have to score, they have to get some stops as well.
the Little Lions are trailing, as we just mentioned, but they are starting to move with their offense. What are their keys to come back in this game?
Well, this is an explosive offense. They are dynamic. They run the ball well. They throw the ball pretty well as well. But I want to see them throw it more with Tyler Snyder. I know he ended the half with a pick 6, but this is a kid that's very talented. They have to open things up, hopefully pick up some big chunks of yardage, and right now the run game just is not cutting it for them.
Second half kick is just around the corner. Stick right here on CNET for State High football and the second half of tonight's game.
October 19th, they are home against Altoona. Game starts at 4 p.m. And finally, the Park Forest School girls volleyball team will have 4 games in the next 2 weeks. On Monday, October 10th, they are home against Hollingsburg at 4 p.m. On Wednesday, the 12th, they are away in Huntington at 4 p.m. On Monday, the 17th, they are home against Cumberland Valley at 4 p.m. And on Wednesday, October 19th, they are away in Hollingsburg at 4 p.m.
Charlie catch here to kick off for the Eagles. And an onside kick here. But received there, that was Robert Hort. And he alertly threw up the arm there for a fair catch. So nothing could happen. 3 seconds have gone by to start this second half of play. Again, State High trails 16-7. Thanks to an Alex Hetzel pick 6. And flag is on the field here as we await the call.
Looked like it was a late hit after Hort had called for the fair catch. So tack on some extra yardage, and State High will start off in Cumberland Valley territory.
So they'll move the ball forward now to the Eagles' 40-yard line. And so the Little Lions in great territory to start out this game. We mentioned they're trailing by 9, so that's 2 possessions. A touchdown won't cut it for the Little Lions, although Snyder has looked awfully well. Tyler Snyder, 1 interception on the day, and that one was the big one. That hurt, but besides that, he's looked pretty good dropping back, and he's had Hafner there in the backfield as well, who's lining up to his right. who's had an awful lot of carries and just chugging forward for chunks of yards at a time. Play action, looking right, completes right. That's to Woods. Woods makes a move now toward the sideline, and Woods got some room to run. He's dragged down, and he was dragged out by Kupko.
I think there was a horse collar tackle at the end of that play as well.
Flag did fly, although, you know, I think he got a little bit of jersey. You can grab the jersey, but it's when you go up at that collar, and that is the call. It is a horse collar, so tack on 15 yards to that.
You could not ask for a better start than what State High has right now. Great field position to start off the drive, plus the penalty, and then they run the screen pass to Noah Brown, who made a great run. Also, another great block from Brandon Clark. We've seen a few nice blocks from him. Tack on this penalty as well, and State High, just 13 seconds in, are deep in Eagles territory.
Into the red zone, they'll be down to the Eagles' 11-yard line. You mentioned just 13 seconds have gone by, and the Little Lions quickly looking to get on the scoreboard. Momentum had a huge shift toward the Eagles' side with a big interception that we've mentioned so many times tonight. Snyder relaying some information to the line, steps back, he's in the gun. It's Hafner to his right, Woods on the near side, another wide receiver on the far side as well. Trying to run forward with it is Snyder, nowhere to go.
Tries to run that inverted veer option. First time that we've seen Snyder keep it on an option play. Sniffed out by the Eagles front seven and brought down for a loss of a yard.
So 2nd and 11 now. Ball on the 11-yard line. There are no no chains out, so no chance for a first down. Snyder in the gun, Hafner to the right. Passing and incomplete, in and out of the hands of Woods, who couldn't hang on to that one. So it'll be 3rd and long here, but deep in Eagles territory. And, you know, even a field goal to start out this second half isn't too bad.
That would be big, just about a minute into the half. If they were to be able to add any points on the board, that would be huge. Another great play made by Alex Hetzel. He was on the coverage there, preventing a touchdown. So in addition to his pick six, he's batting balls away.
Two receivers near side, the State High sideline. Snyder hands off to Hafner, tries to make a move. He's not getting too far. Just a gain of about 4. It'll be 4th down. Trying to steal that one was Catch here, but won't get away with that. So 4th down, just inside the 10-yard line. They're at the 8. And it's Sheen who will come out, so they'll take the field goal, and I think that's the right call early on in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, you cut it down to a one-score game with plenty of time left in the game. Just about 10 minutes to go after they kick this field goal. Great drive for State High to start off the half.
All of it to hold. Sheen to kick this field goal. 26-yarder is up and good. And so it's 16-10. State High cuts down the lead on their first drive in the second half. Now they'll kick away to an Eagles offense that was starting to get a rhythm going toward the end of the first half.
Yeah, and we'll see on this kickoff, I'm sure that they will go short and towards the sideline away from Charlie Catch here. But State High has to be aggressive, continue to shut down the handoff up the middle. Josiah Quigley has been limited for the most part. It's going to be tough, though, covering Catch here in the passing game. They're going to have to put some double coverage on him.
And what do you think about this, driving down the field for the Little Lions, especially after the big interception to end the first half?
Well, they were the benefactors of 2 pretty bad penalties by the Eagles, so that helped them a lot. But that's an impressive drive to start off the half. Coaching staff made some good adjustments at the locker room. They had a nice completion to Noah Brown, and the field goal was good from Sheehan. So cutting it down to a one-score game this early in the half is big.
Well, the Eagles receiving team is out there awaiting Little Lions kicking team. 10-16 left to go in this 3rd quarter, and what has been a great game so far, a back-and-forth affair between 2 very, very good teams in all of Pennsylvania.
It's exactly what we expected, a physical game where the defenses would shine, and now we're starting to see the offenses figure out their opponents just a little bit more.
And that's what leads to a successful team. It's all about the adjustments. both teams have been able to do them so far.
Yeah, these are two experienced coaching staffs, two experienced teams with a lot of talent, and it was only a matter of time before the offenses started to break through.
Sheen readies the ball back deep to receive. Is Catchier, who else? And he's along back there with Hetzel, who's had an awfully big day so far on defense with some terrific coverage. Looks like Sheen could be setting up for a bit of an onside kick to the left side of the field here. The Eagles are preparing for it, and they'll boot it deep. It was Ellis who kicked it back. Catchier's got it now. Ahead with some steam. Slips out of a tackle, working back toward the outside now up the middle, and he's gang tackled down, and that's what it takes to bring down Catchier, a big athletic guy.
Yeah, interesting kick there for State High, and they went to Catchier for the first time all night. We saw a little bit of his elusiveness, on that return. Nonetheless, State High swarmed him. Took about 4 guys to bring him down.
So back out again is Jared Plessinger, who's been the quarterback of this Eagles team. He took over after the first 2 drives for Cumberland Valley stalled, and ever since he's been in, this offense has been moving. He's gotten a little bit of a passing game going, but it's mostly been Josiah Quigley and Jake Palmer on the ground.
Plessinger picked up his 3rd passing touchdown of the season earlier in this game.
Plessinger under center, Quigley's in the backfield, some motion there. That's Quigley who'll get the handoff up the middle, rumbling forward. Looks like he won't get anything back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10, under 10 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
He was met by Pete Hafner at the line of scrimmage. Hafner and Quigley, that's the matchup that we've been talking about all night long. 2 physical guys, very similar playing styles. Big hit at the line, and great job to wrap him up.
We mentioned the rain earlier in the 1st quarter of this game, and that's tapered off. No rain, and it is in the forecast for tomorrow, but nothing else as of tonight. So hopefully that holds off. We've seen a great game so far. Plessinger under center. The defensive line shifts to their right side. Plessinger back to pass, looking over the middle, and he can't connect. He had 2 players wide open. That was Cole McCoy as well as Michael Sunday, and neither of them could get to that ball.
Plessinger, one of his first poor throws of the night. He had those 2 guys wide open. State High totally bit in the play action. If he hit Sunday, it would have been a touchdown.
Sunday over the middle, not covered at all. McCoy had a man on him, but again, neither of them could haul that one in. 9:16 to go, the score. Cumberland Valley Eagles lead it 16-10 over the State High Little Lions on homecoming night. Cumberland Valley trying to put a spoil on it. Plessinger in the gun, drops back to pass, looking right, steps up, passes over the middle, and that's deflected. A great play by Paul Olivet to step in front of that pass and keep it out of the hands of Catchier.
It's rare to see Charlie Catchier not come down with the ball intended to him, but Olivet coming from the safety position, knocking that out of Catchier's hands. Exactly what coaches tell you to do. You high point the ball, you punch it out of their hands as soon as they have it.
So 4th and 9 from their own 28. It'll be Catchier back to punt. Back to receive for the Little Lions is Tristan Lyons, who we haven't seen all too much. He started the first few drives, but ever since then it's been Hafner in for State College. Snap is good. Catchier with a high booming kick. That'll go back. Lyons to return it there. Flag thrown immediately on the field. Lyons cuts upfield and is downed at his own 40-yard line, awaiting the penalty here. But with 8:55 to go, it'll be State High with the football.
I'm not sure what that could have been.
It was thrown immediately as Lyons picked that ball up. It didn't seem like there were really many other players in the area.
No blockers in the area, and if he did see something downfield, I'm not sure if that was his call.
So they'll move the football back. It'll be an illegal block. So 10 yards from the spot of that foul. And they'll move back to their own 24-yard line.
State High's worst starting field position of the night at their own 24-yard line actually isn't that bad. They'll have some work to do now. They're down by 6 points, 16-10. Last drive, they moved the ball very well. We'll see what they can do here, but Lions checking back into the game. I think that we'll see some handoffs to Lions.
Also back in the game is Kyle Engel, who went down earlier on the offensive line for the Little Lions. Snyder in the gun, hands off to Lions, up the middle, bounces toward the outside, and he gains about 4 yards before being dragged down. Not a bad gain on first down there for Tristan Lyons, who's trying to work his way back into this football game.
We haven't seen him since the first quarter of play. A shifty guy, a quick guy who plays on special teams and on offense. Nice run there by him, shimming his way forward for a gain of 3.
Snyder in the gun, Lyons to his right. 2 wideouts on the right side as well. Again, it's Lyons up the gut, nowhere to go as he's hauled down. Good stop there by Fedorov. That's made a few today.
Got a little chippy after that play. 2 teams that are physical, that are pretty evenly matched. It's going to happen. There's going to be pushing and shoving. We'll see how the officials call that.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 from their own 28-yard line for the Little Lions, and this is a big third down. They trail 16-10. 7:56 left to go in this third quarter, so plenty of time left in this game. Snyder in the gun again, 2 wideouts on the near side.
We've seen them go with some screen passes, some bubble screens to receivers in these situations earlier. Cohen Russell has plenty of room as well on the near slot receiver.
Flags fly before that play can get off, and it'll be a delay of game, and that's a tough penalty to take for the Little Lions. 3rd and medium turns into 3rd and long, and we've talked about it. They're more of a ground and pound type of offense, and so to ask them to drop back and throw that ball, well, it's not something that we haven't seen at all. It's not something that they like to stick with.
Yeah, this is a tough spot for them, and in my mind, delay of game is the single worst penalty you can have in a football game, especially 6 games into the season. Miscommunication, Snyder has to recognize when the play clock is winding down. That's killer. 3rd down and long.
3rd and 11. Snyder again in the gun. Lions to his right. Same formation that we just saw. Snyder drops back, looking left. Far sideline, looking for Woods. Just out. But there's a flag in the backfield. Goodrich was on the ground for the Eagles, and it'll be a hold on State High. So, you know, if you're the Little Lions, maybe it's a good thing that Woods didn't catch that ball, because that play was coming all the way back regardless of what happened.
Yeah, a clear hold, and if they didn't hold the defender, Snyder definitely would have gotten sacked, but aggressive play calling, the first time we've seen them really take a shot downfield like that.
And that's also, you know, the second time that Woods or Clark or one of those State High wide receivers has gotten free. In their first drive, we saw on the far side of the end zone, Clark got free, but another ball just a bit overthrown. So 4th and long, back to punt it is Brandon Clark, back to receive. Who else but Katshier? He has a kick and punt return for a touchdown so far this season. Clark gets it off, and that's a deep, booming punt. A great one from Clark. Katshier will let it go as the Little Lions go to down this one. And boy, what a kick there from Brandon Clark as he gets an ovation from this crowd. It'll be Eagles taking it over at their own 23-yard line.
A 67-yard punt for Brandon Clark, who doubles as a wide receiver and a punter. That was his first punt of the night, and he kicked it 67 yards. Great ball placement, taking it away from Katshier, and now Cumberland Valley starts with their backs against the wall.
And in a game where field position has meant so much, both offenses have at times been stagnant, although at other times have methodically driven down the field. Field position is truly huge.
It has been huge, and Cumberland Valley probably expected they'd have pretty good field position to start, but Clark said no.
1st and 10, ball in the 11, handed off up the middle is Quigley. He's taken down. It'll be a medium gain of about 5 on first down.
Now Quigley's not going to break many of those big runs, but he will pick up 3, 4, 5, 6 yards pretty much every time that he touches it, and that is deadly. It kills the clock while still picking up yards.
2nd and 5 at their own 16. Plessinger under center, Quigley in the backfield. It'll be Palmer who gets the handoff, cuts to the outside, but dragged down. That was Hafner with the big stop. We've seen him on both sides of the ball, and he's been awfully efficient.
Great tackle for loss there by Hafner. There's a reason why he was the league's defensive MVP last season. He has a nose for the football. When he makes contact with it, you're going down. Stiffed out that play from the get-go.
Loss of about 2, 3rd and 7 from their own 16-yard line. Schlesinger relays the play as the State High defense awaits here looking toward their sideline. 5:40 left to go in this third quarter. It's a 16-10 Cumberland Valley lead. Schlesinger in the gun. To his right is Quigley. And it's 3rd and about medium, 3rd and 7, rolling out to the right, looking long, looking for Catchier over the middle in double coverage. He can't connect, but pass interference to come. A flag came in, and boy, that's awfully tough. Salame picked it up for the officials, but I didn't see much of anything at all.
No, that's Salame trying to play against Charlie Catchier. To me, that looked like a clean play. That's tough. Fans are not happy either.
And at the same time, that ball is so far out in front of Catchier. Do you think he could have even caught that ball?
No, way out of his reach, over his head. No chance he could have gotten that. I do not like that call from the officials. And it would have been a 4th down and 7 deep in Cumberland Valley's own territory, but now they have an automatic first down.
Well, you mentioned it, automatic first down, 5:23 left to go in this first quarter. That's a 15-yard penalty, so the Eagles up to their own 28-yard line. And that was a huge help out there, and regardless of what we think, penalty's been called and the ball's been moved. Schlesinger under center, receives the snap, pitches it to the outside. Palmer can't handle it, and he goes down with it. The knee touched as he picked it up. He looks around and thought he had a little more room to run, but the knee was down while he had control of that football, and so he's lucky to even have that one. He'll get back to the line, and it'll be 2nd and 10 with 5:15 left to go.
Looks like they're going to say that was a forward lateral and therefore an incomplete pass. So still a 2nd down and 10, but like you said, a lucky break there. Close to being a fumble. State High starting to make some plays defensively.
Yeah, they're really starting to sniff out everything that's coming here from Cumberland Valley. 2nd and 10 off the incomplete pass there from Schlesinger. He's under center with Quigley directly behind him. Runner in motion. That's McCoy, who gets the handoff now, scrambles forward for a few. Cole McCoy will make it 3rd and about 7 with 5:06 left to go in this third quarter.
Nice tackle by Jackson Heasley. He's a defensive lineman, but he did a good job getting downfield, chasing the running back just a little bit to bring down the ball carrier for a short gain of 3. This is a huge 3rd down and 7. Again, I think they'll go to the air. Hopefully State High will look to avoid the pass interference this time.
3rd and 7, the Eagles from their own 33-yard line looking to tack on to the 16-10 lead that they've built up. That's off an Alex Hetzel interception, return for a touchdown. 3 wideouts on the far side. Schlesinger with the screen pass looking for Catchier. There they connect, but he's swarmed and only gets back to that line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of half a yard. But State High, that defense, they've sniffed it out all day this drive.
Yeah, good job by State High. They had about 3 guys over there. All 3 of them brought down Catchier. A lot of times when you have an athlete like Charlie Catchier in open field, he'll make some guys miss. State High did not let that happen.
It'll be 4th and 6. Catchier back to punt, the man of many talents. Tristan Lyons back to return for State High. Under 4 minutes left to go in this third quarter of what has been an excellent matchup on this Friday night in Happy Valley. High kick there from Catchier. Lyons raises the hand and catches it. A fair catch. And State High will have the ball at their own 34-yard line. They'll have a bit of a longer field. I don't want to call it a long field because it's really not, but longer than what they've been accustomed to for the most part tonight.
Yeah, relatively, it's a long field. But right now, you see Hafner coming back into the game. Expect him to get some carries. But again, like I mentioned before we came back in, Snyder has to start throwing the football.
We'll take a quick break. When we return, it'll be the State High Little Lions with the football. They're looking to take the lead here. You're watching CNET's coverage of State High football.
Emergency services all come to State High football games provided by the Center Light EMS and the Young Fire Department. Volunteer efforts of these organizations ensure access to patient and prompt professional care in the event of an emergency. Need assistance, contact a nearby usher or licensed personnel directly. They're usually stationed in the northeast corner of the stadium near the ramp. They are closest to the park.
State High offense is back out there. It's Pete Hafner in at halfback. He's to the left of Tyler Snyder, although Drew Freiberg is also in there as well on offense. And we've seen him there, and Coach Linthal told us he's just trying to get him in. Handoff to Hafner up the middle, who's fighting forward, still fighting, and a gain of 2 on what looked to be a broken play. But the big Pete Hafner, we've seen him many times tonight, just fighting forward to gain a few extra yards.
Yeah, that's what he does for you. Similar to Quigley, not going to break out that big run, but he was hit near the line of scrimmage, pushed his way through, picking up some positive yardage for the Little Lions.
Freiberg comes off, on comes Cohen Russell, the sophomore. He's in that slot position there at the wide receiver. They also have Clark on the near side. Far side receiver is Woods. Snyder in the gun with the option play forward, puts the head down as he's gang tackled down by Quigley and Sig. And it's a loss of about 1 for the Little Lions.
First time we've seen that speed option play run tonight. Defense was totally ready for it. Snyder just not quick enough to get to the outside, setting up another 3rd down and long situation for State High.
3rd and 9, 2:40 left to go in this 3rd quarter. The Little Lions trying to claw their way back to a lead. They trail 16-10 right now. Snyder in the gun. Hafner to his left, the wide receiver far side to near side. Snyder drops back, looking left, scrambles in the pocket toward the right side. He fires one, and Clark's got it across midfield and out around the 45-yard line. That's enough for a State High 1st down, and boy, what an athletic play. Snyder on the move to just throw that one up there.
Great catch by Clark, but even better recognition by Snyder to stay behind the line of scrimmage. He was creeping up to that line of scrimmage, stayed behind it, delivered a perfect throw to Clark, a big 1st down for the Little Lions.
Clock begins to run, 2:20 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Snyder again in the gun, Hafner in there as well to his left. Play action, dropping back. He's got some pressure in the backfield. Rolls out to the left side, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he will. Maybe even a gain of 1, and flying in was Arrington, Christian Arrington, the junior, and he might get flagged for that one. Although the flag is behind the play, it could be a hold as well.
Flag came out as Snyder was getting around the outside. Typically that's a hold or a block in the back.
Boy, if there's no flag on Arrington, he's awfully lucky. And it is a hold on State High, but Snyder was well out of bounds and he slid forward. And you're not going to get away with that one. I would say 9 times out of 10 you'll get called for the penalty.
Yeah, not a really bad no call there by the officials. Fans are not happy, and that's a penalty that can change this game. State High was driving. They convert on a 3rd and long for pretty much the first time tonight, but it's neglected by that penalty.
So it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, 2nd and very long here for the Little Lions. They're at their own 38-yard line. As Snyder comes to the line, will step back. Hafner to his right. Same formation, 2 wide receivers near side, 1 far side. Snyder drops back looking to pass. Pressure on the edge, going long to Woods, and he can't haul it in. Just overthrown, but boy, Noah Woods has been able to get outside, and he has that speed to separate from the cornerbacks.
He's beaten his defender twice in this quarter, but both times Snyder misthrown, so close to being a huge play. This place would have exploded, could have scored a touchdown as well. That'll set up a very long 3rd down and 24. You might as well just run this one.
So 1:42 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 3rd and 24 as Snyder, the near side, those hash marks looking for the play. So he gets it, will relay it now. Play clock at 10. Snyder steps back again under the gun. Drops back, screen pass. He's got Hafner who steps forward. Hafner across the 45, now across midfield, and what a cutback from Pete Hafner. Hafner forward and finally dragged down by Catcher, but boy, what a run and what field vision from Pete Hafner.
A low risk, high reward play call. They run the halfback screen to the outside. Hafner not known for his speed, but amazing cutbacks, and he picks up a huge play. Who would have thought they could convert on that 3rd down and 24?
1st and 10 now back into Eagles territory at the Cumberland Valley 28-yard line. Under a minute 20 now left to go in this 3rd quarter. Still plenty of time. Snyder receives the snap, passes out to Woods. That's complete. Woods makes a move in the around an open field and is dragged down. He made a nice move around Hetzel. We'll await the spot here. It looks like it's going to be another 1st down for State High, and they've been really gaining yards in bunches this drive.
Starting to throw the ball a little bit more. That's opening up this defense. Cumberland Valley has been dropping back into a zone for most of this game and bringing the blitz. But now that they're throwing it, maybe they'll have to switch to a man-to-man. This will also open up the run game for State High.
That gain enough for a 1st down, about 11-yard gain there on the pitch and catch from Tyler Snyder to Noah Woods. 1st and 10 from the Eagles 17-yard line. And nowhere to go there. They'll lose about 2 yards. That was Pete Hafner.
Jacob Federoff on the stop. He's made a few big plays. Bringing down Hafner for a loss of 2. That's huge.
2nd and 12 at the Eagles 20-yard line. And if nothing else, Jack Sheen could come out for a field goal, but still plenty of down and distance to work with here for the Little Lions.
At this point of the game, you don't know if you're going to get another drive like this. State High definitely looking for a touchdown. They might go for it on 4th down if we get to that point.
20 seconds left. Play clock at 5 in the 3rd quarter. Tyler Snyder steps back, looking over the middle, and he can't complete that one. Looking for Noah Woods, who has had a few receptions tonight. They can't connect just high, and with 16 seconds left, it's 3rd and 12.
Just a little bit of an overthrow. That ball was put right on the money. Could have been a 1st down. Now a 3rd down and long. And what you were saying, do they settle for the field goal or do they go for the touchdown? You have to go for the touchdown in this situation. Going against such a good defense like Cumberland Valley, you don't know if you're going to be down here again.
Snyder checking with the sideline, gets the call in now with 16 seconds left. The clock is stopped after the incompletion. Under 10 seconds left with the play clock. Snyder in the gun, Hafner to his left. Play action, looking right, forward now, looking left, and he's dragged down. It'll be another sack for Cumberland Valley. First man there was Goodrich, who's gotten a few touches there on Snyder so far tonight.
And as the 3rd quarter comes to an end on that last play, Snyder a little bit of indecision about whether he should throw the ball to Noah Woods or tuck it himself and run it, and that split-second indecision allowed the defense to pounce on him. Now a 4th down as we head into the 4th quarter.
The 3rd quarter comes to a close, and Jack Sheen is coming out to kick the 37-yard field goal. We'll step aside right now. The State High Little Lions are looking to overcome a 16-10 deficit over the Cumberland Valley Eagles. You're watching CNET's coverage of State High football. Stick right here for the 4th quarter. To start the fourth quarter, Jack Sheen will be trying to convert a 37-yarder to make this a 3-point game. Currently, State High Little Lions trail 16-10. We've got 12 minutes left to go. Sheen set, all of it to hold. Snap good, hold down. Kick is up and sails through the uprights. He split them. And Jack Sheen is perfect on the night. And it's 16-13. Boy, we've got a ball game, John.
Sheen is money. That was not an easy kick. 37-yarder, put it right through the uprights with plenty of leg as well. And now it's only a 3-point game. We've seen what State High's defense has done this second half. They've been dominant, so we'll see if they can keep that up.
And you know, with a leg like that, trailing by 3, boy, they need to get the ball, to the 28-yard line? I mean, he could have hit that one from 45, 45 yards out, no doubt.
45 yards for sure. Again, they're going to have to get a stop, though. This is a huge possession because if Cumberland Valley can score a touchdown and make it a 2-possession game once again, I just don't know if there's enough time for State High to overcome that.
And for Cumberland Valley, on this drive, are you just trying to eat up clock, or are you going down to score?
You're going down to score. We've seen Plessinger, some nice throws to Charlie Catch here on the outside. Again, a touchdown puts this one on ice pretty much. So you want to score the football. There's still 11:56 to go in the quarter, so you really can't milk that much clock. Got to go for it all on this drive.
And for the State High defense, you've got Cat Shear on the outside, who's just an excellent wideout. But you also have Quigley, who's been pounding the ball on the inside. Who are you really focusing in on?
You have to double team on Catch here. Everyone else focus on this running game. That's what they're using most of the time on first and second down. But Catch here, if you have him in double coverage, maybe you can try to limit him just a little bit.
Back deep to return the kick is Catch here and Hetzel. Hetzel's been having a great night. He's got an interception return for a touchdown. And Jack Sheen to kick off. He's done a great job of keeping that ball out of the hands of Charlie Catch here.
Last time they actually kicked it to Catch here. I don't think they should this time. Continue to go high and short towards the sideline. Don't let the best player on this field touch the football.
Sheen steps back. In what is just a great game, living up to all the hype that we've seen today, is Sheen boots a low-line drive. That's picked up by Hetzel. Forward across the 30 now, cutting back and dragged down from behind. Taken down by Olivet at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, this is pretty much what we expected in this matchup. A close, physical game. We keep hitting on that, but that's just what it is. And now State High's defense, a chance to really turn things around, get the momentum back on State High's side.
And John, when you talk about divisional and playoff implications, if Cumberland Valley can hold on to this lead, they'll really be the top dog and they'll be the favorite heading through the rest of the season. But if State High can pull this one off, they'll create sort of a 3-way tie atop that division, and it'll all come down to their Week 10 matchup with Central Dauphin. Plessinger under the gun. He's got Quigley behind him in the backfield. 11:49 to go, drops back to pass. He's got Catchier on a quick route. Catchier spins out to the outside, and he's got a big gain. First down and some more, and they're at their own 48-yard line just behind midfield now.
They continue to throw the ball to Catchier. A little bit of a surprise play on first down to go to him, but a safe route, a short pass. Catchier turning to the outside, quick enough to get downfield for a first down.
And on those quick hits, when you're 6'3", 195, it's hard for someone to step in front of you and really deflect that pass. If the timing can be gotten down and it's a good timing play, it should be good 9 times out of 10. Handoff up the middle. Here's Quigley, who rumbles forward for a gain of about 6. It'll be second and short as they cross midfield down to the Little Lions 47-yard line.
Yeah, back to that last play, like you mentioned, it's tough to step in front and knock that ball away. What you have to do is make that tackle as soon as the receiver catches it. Someone like Charlie Catchier, 9 times out of 10, will catch that ball, but you cannot let him turn to the outside and run downfield like we just saw.
Plessinger into the huddle, 11 minutes left to go in this dandy of a game here from Memorial Field. It's 16-13, the Cumberland Valley Eagles lead, and they're down to the Little Lions 47-yard line, trying to put a drive together. Handoff to Quigley, who stopped at the line, no gain there. and some gang tackles. Nice play by that State High defensive line.
Nice push by State High's defense line. Like you mentioned, they have not been involved that often tonight, but by them pushing forward, it allows the linebackers like Pete Hafner to step up and make some plays.
3rd and short now. It's 3rd and 5 from the Little Lions' 47-yard line. Under 10:20 left to go. Play clock at 15 seconds. Crowd getting into this game a little bit here as they realize how much this 3rd down play means. That's off to Catchier, who's got the outside. Direct snap, and Catchier's got the 1st down and more. And boy, the State High defense just did not recognize Catchier was in the backfield.
Yeah, they ran the Wildcat offense, direct snap to Catchier. He found his way to the edge. I'm surprised that Cumberland Valley has not used that play more often. Best athlete on the field. You want the ball in his hands as often as possible.
1st and 10 at the Little Lions' 35-yard line. That's a gain of 13 yards. Under 10 minutes now left to go. The Eagles putting a drive together. They're up 16-13. And a pitch is blown dead. It should be a false start here. That's what we'll get. So it'll be 1st and 15. They'll back up to the Little Lions' 40-yard lines. And penalties have been a little lighter today, but they've still certainly had an impact, and a lot of them have been untimely, coming as offenses were trying to put drives together.
Yeah, they've come at the worst time possible, just like this one. A big play by Catchier, looking to move the ball deep into State High territory, bring things back 5 yards. Now it's a 1st and 15, giving State High's defense a little bit more life.
Out of the huddle come the Eagles, and Plessinger will be under center with Quigley all alone in the backfield there. It'll be 1st and 15 with 9:35 left to play. Showing some pressure is the State High defense. They'll bring the blitz, and Quigley forward for about a gain of 2. And he got popped there, that defensive line. The linebacking core coming up big. Pete Hafner was on the bottom of that pile. He must have gotten that 1st hit in.
Gain of a few yards, but they are still keeping Cumberland Valley behind the original yard marker, so it's 2nd down and 13. We'll see if State High can continue to stop them, but they're starting to slow down quickly.
2nd and 13, 9 minutes left to go. So as the Eagles drive, they are also taking plenty of time off this clock. Play clock at 15 as Plessinger steps to the line, taking his time. Play clock now at 10 with 8:50 left to go. It's Palmer and Quigley in the backfield. Showing some pressure again is State High. It's the end around. Here's Catchier, and he's got the edge, but a flag is thrown as he's dragged down. Salame got a hit, and it might be a block in the back. But Catchier still just showing such athleticism, able to gain the edge.
Yeah, on the end around, had some space to operate again. It looked like it was a block in the back. We'll see. It is a penalty on Cumberland Valley. That is huge. Back things up even more. Another killer penalty on this drive.
So it'll be a hold, so a 10-yard penalty from the spot. They'll bring it all the way back. You can hear the crowd and the State High band getting into this one. They were marching earlier in the homecoming parade that happened in downtown State College, as well as on the campus of Penn State University, which is just a few blocks away from here.
Yeah, the stadium's starting to really fill in, and you look around Memorial Field, plenty of viewing room for fans who don't want to pay attendance to come in, but got to estimate there are at least 4,000 people here tonight.
So 2nd and 20. Backed up to the Little Lions' 45-yard line. We'll get a stoppage here. Timeout on the field. It'll be Cumberland Valley to take it with 8:25 left to go in this game. The Eagles still lead the Little Lions 16-13. You're watching CNET's coverage of State High football. Stick right here for the conclusion of tonight's game. welcome back to Memorial Field. It's 2nd and long. The Eagles have the ball at the Little Lions' 45-yard line. And it's Plessinger in the gun, something we haven't seen much of today. Quickly to his right on the near side here, we've got one-on-one coverage with Catch here, but a long ball looking deep, and that ball is tipped, and nobody can come away with it, but no flag. That was just the football. I thought I saw something fly up down there, but that pass was intended for McCoy. You know, I was just mentioning as the snap came, that Catch here was on the near side here all alone with Keaton Ellis, the sophomore. You know, I was kind of surprised to see a screen right there. I mean, if you got Catch here against a younger guy, although Ellis a very athletic and very gifted player, you still think he might try to take advantage of that.
That's something that Plessinger or this coaching staff, they have to notice, recognize, and take advantage of, like you mentioned.
Plessinger in the gun again, quickly to his right. 3 wide receivers near side, some pressure, and he gets hit as he throws, looking for Palmer downfield, laying out. He can't make the catch, but a flag is thrown, and boy, the State High sideline is livid.
Another controversial pass interference call. That was close. Ball was a little bit overthrown. Looked to me like good coverage. Officials disagreed. Once again, they obviously have a better view than we do. Call could have gone either way, but a huge penalty that results in a first down.
Boy, oh boy, this one's going to hurt. It'll be pass interference, and no, it's on the offense. But by the reaction of the State High sideline, I was sure that was going to be pass interference on the defense. So apologies there. That's pass interference on the offense.
Wow, what a change. The stadium and us and this team go from, wow, a horrible call to, okay, officials made the right decision.
So they'll decline the penalty. It'll be 4th and 20 with 8:10 to go, and Catcher will back up to punt here for Cumberland Valley. And Tristan Lyons back to receive.
Lyons has big play capability, a quick guy, can make guys miss.
Snap is good. Catch here up with it. High kick, Lyons with the fair catch, and he'll hold that cleanly. So with 8:02 left to go, Little Lions have a long field to run with. They'll try to take the lead or at least tie this one up. A field goal will do that.
With the way that this game has been going, this is likely State High's second to last chance to get some more points on the board. 8 minutes to go. They have to go 90 yards if they want to score a touchdown. You mentioned the field goal. We've seen Jack Sheen be very consistent today, 2 for 2 in field goals, and that would tie it up. I think they'll continue to throw the football like we saw last drive. It was successful.
Stayed high with the ball from their own 10. 8:02 left to go. They have all 3 timeouts. Cumberland Valley burned one at the beginning of this 4th quarter, so they're down to 2. It's Snyder still in the gun there. Freiberg hasn't gotten any time under center tonight. Maybe a play, but that's about it. And flags fly before that snap can get off. And it looks like this one might be on the defense as Snyder's clapping. It will be. So it's a free 5 yards, and now 1st and 10 goes to 1st and 5. And State High has the ball at their own 15-yard line, so it's a pretty easy way to gain 5 yards.
And this 1st and 5 now allows them to take a shot downfield on 1st down. So they only have 5 yards to go to pick up a 1st down if they want to run it on 2nd and 3rd and possibly look for something deep on 1st.
8:02 left to play. The play clock begins down to 20 seconds now, so plenty of time for Snyder. He hands that off. Lyons up the middle, tries to explode. Nowhere to go, though. He'll gain maybe a yard there on 1st down. No gain, so it'll be 2nd and 5.
Good pressure by Cumberland Valley's front 7. They've really shut down this rushing attack, especially Tristan Lyons, who is a guy that can break free with ease in most games, but not tonight.
They'll move the marker up a yard, so a gain of 1, 2nd and 4, State High up to their own 15-yard line. Snyder drops back, looking to pass. Looking right, firing, and that is tipped. Oh, what a play! It's Hetzel. Who else? The D-back, and wow, he covered a lot of ground to tip that ball away from Cohen Russell, who was wide open.
Without a doubt, Alex Hetzel has been the defensive MVP, or the MVP of this game as a whole. That pick six in the first half, he's made a few nice pass deflections, none bigger or better than that one. He came out of nowhere to break up that play. Would have been a touchdown for State High.
So 3rd and 4 now for the Little Lions. 7:23 left to go in this game. Boy, if Cumberland Valley can hold on to this game, there's no question Alex Hetzel will be to thank. Snyder in the gun, he's got Lyons. Play action, scrambling, stepping up in the pocket. He's going to take off and forward for a few yards. It's awfully close to that first down marker as he was dragged down. And we'll wait. Now they'll move the chains, so it's 1st and 10.
Good pocket presence there by Snyder. Way to look through his progressions and realize no one's open. He sees a lane up the middle, makes a nice cut, and picks up the first down.
Now up to their own 22-yard line, slowly but surely. The Little Lions working forward. Snyder up the gut to Hafner. He hands it off. And a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards there, but a penalty flag is down. Under 7 minutes left to go here.
Came in pretty late, and after that last call, we won't assume anything. But again, Hafner just pushing his way forward for a gain of a few yards.
But a hold on the offense, so this one against the Little Lions, it'll come back. The officials to spot the ball now, but State High is, again, awfully slow, but they're getting those first downs, they're gaining those yards, and they're starting to move down the field, but it's taking them some time, and you have to believe that if they can't score on this drive, they're chewing up a lot of clock, and they're really going to hurt themselves.
They really are. This is an up-tempo team. I'm surprised we're not seeing them go even quicker than they have been with just under 7 minutes remaining.
1st and 18 from their own 14-yard line. Play action. Snyder steps up, looking over the middle. Wobbly pass, can't connect with Woods. And Snyder, he's been pretty good in the pocket, only taken down once or twice so far, stepped up there, but he just could not get off a good pass and put a little too much on that.
3rd time tonight we've seen Noah Woods burst wide open through this secondary. All 3 times, however, Tyler Snyder has overthrown. Another tough break for State High. 2nd down and 18. Difficult situation for the Little Lions to be in.
6:42 to go. As Snyder awaits the play from the sideline. It is Hafner in the backfield there. 16-13, State High trails to the Cumberland Valley Eagles in a huge game. Snyder sends a man in motion, drops back, quick screen, fired to the outside, and they complete it. Forward now for a no gain. Nice stop there by the Eagles defense. I believe that was Cohen Russell on the catch there, the sophomore, as the clock ticks below 6.5 minutes left to go here in the 4th quarter. Is a crucial 3rd and long.
Only picked up about a yard there, but they're going to have to go to the air. 3rd down and 16, 6 minutes to go. State High might not get the football back. This could be it for them.
Snyder in the backfield with Hafner to his left. 2 wideouts near side, 1 on the far side. Snyder rolling to his left, looking left, fires, and that's completed to Woods over the middle, but a flag comes in well behind the play, and that's probably going to be a hold coming right around that offensive line.
Oh, a late call. We'll see what this is. Regardless, a great rollout, way to extend the pocket. Beautiful throw by Snyder to Woods.
A hold it is on State High, and that hurts an awful lot, so 3rd and long becomes 3rd and longer. And erases that pitch and catch between Tyler Snyder and Noah Woods.
We've seen some penalties at some horrible times. None worse than that. Would have been a first down. Would have been a play that kept this game alive. But now they're backed up even further in their own territory.
5:50 left to go. 16-13. The Little Lions trail as the ball is set. Snyder awaiting the play here from the sideline. was a 3rd and 16, and the pass was completed to Noah Woods for a first down and some more, but that's all negated, and now becomes 3rd and 24, ball on their own 7-yard line. 3rd and awfully long. Snyder drops back, looking deep over the middle. He's got Woods again. Woods across the 30, and he breaks a tackle, and he's got the first down and more. Oh my, Noah Woods, what an individual effort. I thought he was dragged down just a yard or two behind the line, but he spun out of it, and wow, 1st and 10 for State High.
He caught that ball about 7 yards shy of the first down marker. Didn't look like he was going to pick up the needed yardage, but what a tremendous effort by the star wide receiver Noah Woods. He's had a huge night, bouncing back from that negated catch in the last play, picking up the first down.
A gain of 34 on 3rd and 24 is enough. Snyder quickly to the outside. He's got Clark at the first down marker, who dives ahead for a gain of about 11 yards, and now this State High team is feeling it with 5:17 left to go in this game.
Just when it seemed like Cumberland Valley had this one, State High with 2 enormous completions for big gains. They're driving.
Momentum has swung a lot in this game, and now it's in the Little Lions' favor. They're going to need it as they trail by 3 late in this 4th quarter. Snyder in the gun. He's got Hafner to his right. 2 wideouts on the near side, 1 far side. Quickly out to Clark, and Clark's across the 40, now down to the 35. Again, right at that first down marker. We'll see where they spot it, but with 4:55 left to go, State High's moving.
Snyder with a nice call at the line of scrimmage, looked over to Clark, signaled him that he was going to throw it to him. It's exactly what he did. Great recognition by the quarterback.
Game's good for a first down, and by just a whisker. So the clock stops for just a moment as they reset the chains. 4:49 left to go. All 3 timeouts are for the Little Lions as Hafner gets the handoff. Stiff arms, tries to make a move around to the outside, cuts back, and a strong gain of 4.5, 5 yards there from Pete Hafner, stiff-arming Arrington, who almost got him in the backfield.
2 mean stiff arms by Hafner. That's what he does to you. He's physical. He'll run right through you. Gain of 5 just when it seemed like he was going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage.
So State High with all 3 timeouts, as I just mentioned. Cumberland Valley with 2. And if State High can score here and take the lead, Cumberland Valley won't have all too much time left on the clock. Clock now at 4 minutes, 10 seconds. Snyder drops back, shoots it over the middle. He's got Woods across the 20, now across the 15 and dragged out of bounds. And Noah Woods with a huge performance here for the Little Lions.
Woods playing at a whole nother level. He has exploded in this 4th quarter of play. Great job to leap up and catch it and then pick up the yards after the catch as well.
4:02 left to go. Woods got out of bounds and will stop the clock. It's 1st and 10 at the Eagles' 15-yard line. And State High is getting things going here late in this game.
Tyler Snyder starting to find his rhythm. 4 consecutive completions.
The only time the Little Lions have had the lead today was when they were up 7-3. They responded to an Eagles field goal, but then Cumberland Valley drove right down the field and made it 9-3. They missed the PAT. That was blocked. Handoff to Hafner up the inside. He's got a hole and dives into the end zone. Catch here took out the legs, but Hafner's up there, and State High has taken the lead here late in this game.
What a drive. One of the best drives that you will see in high school football. A 3rd and 24 inside their own 10-yard line, and they march all the way downfield and score a touchdown to go ahead with 3:56 to go. Great job by State High.
It's 19-16. The PAT here will make it 20. Jack Sheen sets up. Snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is up and good. Splits the upright. State High with a 20-16 lead with 3:56 to go, thanks to a Pete Hafner 15-yard rumble and tumble up the middle.
Well, Jack Sheen has actually been the quietest MVP of this game. 2 field goals. He's made all of his extra points, and that last extra point gives them a 4-point lead, meaning that if Cumberland Valley wants to win this game, they'll have to score a touchdown. They cannot settle for a field goal.
Well, Cumberland Valley will have to respond here in a situation late in this game or momentum has certainly swung away from their side. What are they going to have to do on this drive?
Well, it all starts off with this kickoff. We'll see what State High does. If they do kick it deep to Catch here, he's the guy that can really make some things happen. But their offense is not built for these quick drives. They're not an up-tempo team. They huddle up every play. They like to hand the ball off. Expect them to go to the air more often than they have been.
Cumberland Valley does have 2 timeouts that they're hanging on to, and a first down does stop the clock for the chains to reset. Sheen is out for the kickoff here. Back to return, same as always. That's Catch here with Hetzel back around the 10-yard line for the Cumberland Valley Eagles. Sheen sets with the offense, or with the kicking team, that is. Steps up on the ball and takes his 7 or so steps back. 3:56 left to go. And boy, State High has certainly turned the tides here on homecoming night. Sheen boots one. That'll be all the way over to Hetzel, who's forward across the 20. Hetzel breaks a tackle there and is downed at the 23-yard line. Nice coverage there from the State High special teams.
On that kickoff, Hetzel didn't get as much as he really wanted. Now they're backed up at their own 23-yard line. Like I said, this is not an offense built to move quickly. 3:46, and they have to go quite a bit.
And this State High sideline is pumped up. They're ready for the last 3:46 of this game, as are we. It's been a tight one the whole way through and should be an exciting finish. Plessinger is still there with his team, and he's coming under center now with Quigley in the backfield. Play clock at 15 seconds. As McCoy goes in motion, snap is fumbled, Plessinger falls on it. And the Eagles will retain possession. Plessinger directly down on top of that one, and that was a scare. With 3:35 to go, the Eagles still have it, but they lose a play. It's now 2nd and 12.
That was close. Again, Plessinger came into this game as the backup, not the typical quarterback that we'll see in these situations. Some miscommunication there, but something that cannot happen at this point of the game.
Clock's running, 3:15 left to go. Play clock at 20 seconds, so plenty of time there, but Plessinger's gonna have to hurry things up. They only have 2 timeouts. Under center now, quickly behind him in the down position with that wing T offense. Catchier's on the near side as the man goes in motion. Play action, rolling out, looking over the middle. They'll throw it over the middle, looking for Palmer, and they can't connect. Just a few inches ahead of him. That would have been a huge catch near midfield.
Yeah, Palmer was open. This crowd is getting loud. A 3rd down and 12. They'll have to go to the air on this play, and if they don't get it now, they will go for it on 4th down. It is now or never for the Eagles.
3rd and 12 as the sideline and players on the field signal to the fans. It's time to rise to your feet with the game on the line here. 2:54 left to go. State High leads it 20-16. They just took the lead minutes ago on a Pete Hafner 15-yard rush up the gut. Plessinger down under center. He's got Quigley behind him, and it's Catchier on the far side. One-on-one, it looks like he's with Ellis. Dropping back, play action. He's got some pressure, but throws it out, and McCoy in the flat. Thought he had it and was looking to run, but right through the hands it goes, and it's 4th down now. McCoy just tried to run without the football.
Yeah, he had it. He probably would have come up just shy of the 1st down sticks, but they would have gotten close for a 4th down and short, and now it's 4th and 12, and they're bringing out the punt unit. Interesting decision here.
Well, with 2:48 to go, they have 2 timeouts, and so they will be able to stop that clock twice, but State High will get some time off of it. All of it is going back to return the kick.
Look out for the fake here with Catchier as well.
Catchier gets it and does boot it away. A high kick, not very far, as that bounces at around the 47 and will roll out of bounds right around the 40-yard line. So it'll be State High football with 2:38 to go. And a 1st down here could end it for the Little Lions.
It will. We'll see when the Eagles decide to take those timeouts, if they'll try to stop them on a few plays and then take the timeouts, or if they'll take them from the get-go. But State High will keep the ball on the ground, expect to see a lot of handoffs to Pete Hafner, some safe inside dive plays.
State High offense huddling up right at their sideline there. They'll just look to stay composed. Also, you got to be careful with the football and wrap things up. A fumble could also be costly here for the Little Lions. It's Pete Hafner, as it has been most of today, who will line up in the backfield with Tyler Snyder. State High to the line, play clock at 6. Handoff to Pat Hafner, who will make a move and is brought down. Catshear gets the tackle, and a gain of about 3 yards there on first down, makes 2nd and 7.
Michael Whitehead, head coach of Cumberland Valley, will not call his timeout just yet. The clock continues to run as it's a 2nd down and 8.
Clock at 2:15. The whistle blows. That'll start the 25-second play clock. So plenty of time can come off here. At the snap, the game clock should be at about 1:45 if they let it run off the whole way. Snyder, hands on hips. He's going to let it run. Hafner's in the backfield with him. It's Hafner again, identical play to the outside, tries to make a move, and he's tripped up. Clock stops with 1:45. I believe Cumberland Valley will use their timeout. Yes, they will. So 1:45 to go. It'll be 3rd and about 6 yards for State High, and a conversion here would mean the end of the game.
It definitely will, but all they're going to do is hand it off to Hafner. No reason to throw it, no reason to risk an interception or an incomplete pass. On that last run by Hafner, smart play, smart decision to stay in bounds. He was nearing towards the sideline. As he got towards the sideline and realized he wasn't going to get any more yardage, he cut back inside, stayed in bounds, forcing the Eagles to use their timeout.
So 1:45 left to go. The Little Lions just reclaimed the lead. It's 20-16, and State High looking for the homecoming victory on this beautiful Friday night.
Cumberland Valley just last week, we mentioned this earlier, but they were in a very close contest against Central Dauphin, who's also one of the top teams in the state, in this division, in this conference. So they are used to this situation, but their defense has to get a stop if they want to stay in this.
Yeah, and if and when Cumberland Valley gets the ball back, I think who else to look for rather than Charlie Catshear, the big man who's come up with a lot of big catches today.
You just throw it up to him, throw it deep, and let him do his thing.
So it's 3rd and 5. Little Lions at their own 44-yard line. A first down would take them to midfield. Snyder in the gun, hands it off to Hafner up the gut. Hafner pushing the pile, and it looks like he gets a first down. Pete Hafner with the incredible individual effort to push that pile forward, and the chains will move. It's a first down for the Little Lions.
He dragged the Cumberland Valley defenders about 3 extra yards, allowing him to pick up the first down as this crowd gets loud. Barring anything crazy, State High just picked up a huge victory.
1st and 10 at midfield. 1:30 left to go. State High leads it 20-16, and they'll set up in victory formation here with Hafner way back there about 12 yards to make sure nothing happens. Snyder under center. Gets the snap and takes a knee with 1:13 left to go. Clock will start to run, and they'll take off plenty of time. Boy, John, we just saw an excellent game that's coming to a close. Clock within a minute now. But what was the difference maker here for State High?
Well, it was the adjustments that State High made at halftime. It was 16. Well, they went on they shut out Cumberland Valley in the second half. They put up some points, and that was the difference. Adjustments at halftime.
It was 16-10 at the half. State High got the ball first and drove down the field, kicked the field goal, and it took another few drives for Little Lions to drive down the field now as Snyder took another knee and clock inside 25 seconds. This one will just run off. But they drove down the field, and Pete Hafner capped off a drive with a 15-yard run into the end zone as players embrace now.
A huge win for State High, not just because they beat one of the top teams in the state, but for conference implications. If they can win out, most importantly, if they can beat Central Dauphin on November 4th, they will likely take their division, capitalizing on a big win.
The players shake hands, running down the line, and we just talked about it. It was just an incredible game here from Memorial Field going forward for the Little Lions. What takeaways can they have from this game?
Well, I can really take away that they know how to respond to some adversity. They were down by 6 points against one of the top teams in the state at halftime. They shut them out. They scored 10 points of their own. They moved downfield. That 3rd and 24 conversion, after converting, there was the penalty. Nonetheless, they bounce back and they pick up the first down and then march downfield and score a touchdown.
An impressive comeback win for the Little Lions. Who is your MVP today?
It's tough, so many MVPs, but I'm going to go with Jack Hafner, finishing off the job with that first down run. He had a touchdown run early in the fourth quarter to go ahead. Hafner, offensively and defensively, the MVP in this game.
Pete Hafner with the 15-yard run was the game winner for the Little Lions, and that leads us to our final score. From Memorial Field, the State College Little Lions pull out a big 20-16 win on homecoming night, and that'll do it for our broadcast. For John Gross and for all of our production crew here, I'm Brandon Pelter saying so long from Memorial Field.